Yo, yo.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm quite good.
Welcome.
Bit nervous about this one. I don't know what I'm walking into, so.
Oh, you should be.
Well, I think he walked in on start of a boss fight.
Yes, you're probably gonna die. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
There's nothing I can
Yeah,
do about it. It's out of my power now.
I mean, we all died at some point of the game, so it's kind of nothing special.
Join the club.
You just it's just like, oh, just keep a backhand, second-hand character just in case, you know.
Alright, I know you're staring at a blank screen at the moment, and that's because at the moment you're still stuck in this stasis, trapped within the very walls of Dargard Keep. That is the name of the castle that you were living in. You were treated quite well by King Soth and Queen Gladria. You would often be brought some peasant or a criminal, and you would engage in hand-to-hand combat in the King's Court, as King Soth would be quite entertained by the act of two men slaughtering each other, basically. And you were undisputed, an undisputed champion. Never did you lose a battle. Sorry?
You're just breaking up. You're okay now.
Oh yes, maybe the stream is taking a bit of bandwidth. It's better now.
Well, I mean, you got, as far as the stream concerned, I guess you got solid 0 viewers, eh?
Do I?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, I don't expect many viewers.
Well, I'm gonna insert my own viewership, so... Oh, you got 2 now! Oh man, it's growing fast.
We'll just give Silent Peak a minute. Let me just message him.
Good morrow, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Oh, my connection's better. Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Good, good.
So, did the character sheets get updated?
Yeah, all new.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, you see what I posted.
Yeah, they stole all the little coin symbols from Dragon Heist next to your gold and copper and all that. They're the coins that they use in the artwork from Dragon Heist for the coins. So yeah, we'll just give Azul a minute, and if he's not here, we are going to have to get started. We do have a new player joining us today, and
Evening.
that is Jaggy.
Welcome, guys.
Hello, welcome. Thanks.
While we're waiting, I've already given you a bit of a plot hook, Jaggy. While we're waiting, just for Azul to arrive, we may as well get through character introductions. So, there is not going to be a great deal of conversation about your characters' backstories with one another, I could imagine. Or maybe there is. Depends on what you guys want to share. Or what you would expect to share upon meeting a stranger within a short amount of time. But it is important that he knows what everyone is playing in terms of race and class. So, before we do that, I've given you your plot hook, Jaggy, and you guys have discovered this throne room where Lord Soth is sitting on this throne in this strange meditative state. He seems to be sleeping or dreaming, just sitting on the throne with his eyes closed. However, there is this orange light just peeling through his translucent eyelids. He sits there with his scorched plate mail. The black rose adorned on the breastplate is half melted off, and you see the black tassel that runs out of his full helm is scorched, and all of the skin off of his hands has been burnt away, revealing nothing except these skeletal pieces of bone with some tightly wrapped burnt flesh still sticking to them. As you guys have discovered these mirrors, when you go near them, basically something pops out of the mirror. You have just awoken this creature that was stuck in a stasis from when Dargard Keep was transformed into Negrgard Keep after Lord Soth's pervasive evil transformed his fair realm into a place of darkness, plunging it into the Shadowfell, and that person is Jaggy. We'll start with everyone else's characters. So you've just now woken up, Jaggy. You feel like you've just woken up from a long dream, and oh, looks like Azul's here now as well. Hey, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. Excellent, good to hear. You sound a bit different though. You get a new mic? How's your audio doing there, Azul?
A bit high pitched. I'll look at it later, but yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I was just explaining that we have a new character joining us. Just to help break the ice, I think it's better if you guys introduce your characters first. I know this is a very high level campaign, level 18. So you also, I don't think Jaggy has played this higher level before as well. I will be helping you out if you need anything at all, Jaggy. And we are very late in the story, so I don't expect you to know everything that's going on, but you will know, you will have enough information to know what you're doing now and to keep your character motivated for the rest of the campaign. Oh, is my voice being...
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that.
It was like... And yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
if it keeps happening, I'll probably just have to stop the stream, because that's the reason why, I guess.
Oh no.
But yeah, I've got quick internet, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. I was just saying, Jaggy, that you'll have enough information to keep your character motivated and to know what's going on during this campaign. If I start breaking up again, tell me, and I'm just going to stop the stream. So, Azatoth, would you like to describe your character, please?
Well, my character is how to say, high elf or something like that, half elf actually, and yeah, it's like 6'5" tall and just covered in black robes at the moment. And of course, holding a shield up and the rod by his side. Otherwise, yeah, the token is kind of outdated.
It does not look like anything like your character.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything anymore like my character.
He's changed a lot.
But yeah, and so yeah, my sword visible. I mean, I'm not using it anymore. Oh, actually, no, I have the Oathkeeper by me, so that's a thing, I guess. And otherwise, I start speaking to myself that also is things that, I'm just talking to myself and my trusted buddy Billy.
Oh, you're breaking up for me now. I may have to change server. Let me change server, because we do have people from all over. So let's see if I can get a better server for everyone. How's that?
Yes, better.
It's better.
Alright. Yeah, I changed the server. See if that helps. Okay,
Wait a minute.
so we have our half-elven warlock. And Azul, wherever you're hiding.
Azul. Well, before you stands a middle-aged high elf wizard, illusionist speciality. He's got a staff of power in one hand, wearing the robe of the Archmage, white. And Azul, as all wizards, is after knowledge, very new amongst wizards. And yeah, that is Azul in a nutshell.
Alrighty, our elven illusionist wizard. And Doftus.
Daftus is a very small high elf blade singer. He's wearing studded leather armor and a kind of a small staff that crackles with lightning, and he gives off a faint aura of fire.
Alrighty, our elven blade singer. And Han.
Han is a human wearing plate armor, carrying a shield with the symbol of Lathander and sunrise emblazoned across it. Generally looks like a cleric.
Alrighty, that's our human life cleric. And last but not least, Rose.
My name is Rose, and I am a female champion fighter tabaxi. I am wearing some very, very nice studded leather armor. On a scale of 1 to 10, it is a solid 3. I have 2 swords at my side. One is a rapier. The other one is a very nice sword that I keep. And as for my height, I'm about 5'7", medium build. I have light orange fur, but I have really piercing gold eyes.
Okay,
And that is Rose.
and that's our Tabaxi fighter. And Jaggy.
So, Chucky's a half elf. He's carries a great axe. He's got half plate armor on. He's quite rugged. He's used to be the sort of a pit fighter for the king. He's very confused. He's been asleep for a very long time. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's just rugged and ready. Really, he's very lost at the moment.
All right, as you just awaken Jaggy, you find yourself in this strange-looking throne room. It is reminiscent to the throne room that you would usually entertain the king in. And at the back of this room, to the north here, is this black-veined marble throne, studded with blood-red gems, the same throne that your King Soth would usually sit on. You recognize the room slightly. The only
Do I
object...
recognize the person on the phone?
No. You do recognize the armor he's wearing. You can tell that it's Solamnic in design, which is the area, the region or the realm where you used to live, Solamnia. But that's where the association stops. The creature that you see sitting on the throne does not resemble your king whatsoever. This creature is sitting down wearing this dull black plate mail. His hands are resting on the arms of the throne. They're little more than burnt and blistered, bony fingers with some tanned skin stretched tightly over the bones of his hands. His face is visible under his raised visor, and it's ghastly and burned and rotted and ruined. His eyes are closed, and this menacing orange light glows from underneath his translucent eyelids. Of course, you recognize the rose symbol on his chest plate. In fact, this is a symbol of the highest rank of knights that you can obtain in the Knights of Solamnia, a rose. However, this armor has been scorched and burnt, and the rose symbol is melted as if hit by a blast of heat. He seems to be relatively asleep. His mouth is moving, however, lipping some silent words, and surrounding him are 13 horrible, ghastly apparitions. These spectral wenches that seem to surround him, each one whispering something into his ears. You can hear these ghostly whispers almost talk to you. They seem to be conflicted in what they try to say to Lord Soth. Some of them seem to be feeding him with advice. Others are telling him opposite things, like things that would lead you into ruin. And all of their voices at once are just a flurry of mostly inaudible melody that it sort of creates with the collective voices whispering together. Alright, so this is where we're starting today's session. What is the plan?
Who the hell are you, eh?
I don't know. I think I don't know what's happened. I was here with my king. Well, I don't know who the hell that is. Who are you?
Well, the one sitting on the throne is Soth, as far as I know. And I have no idea who are you, but you don't seem very hostile, do you?
I think someone cast sleep on me. This is completely different to when I was a minute ago.
And where exactly were you a minute ago?
I was here, but it looked different. And my king was up there, King Snoff, and this is a normal place.
Well, that's still King Soth there. Well, whatever it is, it's not the ones at least we saw in the mirror, but that's the new Soth at least.
It looks like a devil.
Yeah, I cannot explain that. I don't know the story about this so well, just know that shit went down.
All I remember is there's a uprising. He got dragged to the court. He managed to escape, and he ran back here. Then something strange happened. The entire world was plunged into Shadowfell, and that's all I remember really.
Ah.
So, you've noticed these mirrors seem to have a magical property to them. They don't reflect the throne room whatsoever. You see these faded images of yourself reflected in the mirrors, and each one reflects a different scene, or displays a different scene on the mirror portion of it. From woodland scenes to ruined temples. And when you spoke to Azrael, he seemed to have implied that Lord Soth was entering these mirrors. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, last we heard, Azrael, before he passed, asked us to free Lord Soft by going into each of these mirrors, we assume, and hopefully finding a way to free him.
Have we checked some of them, right? Have we checked them all?
Well, we haven't checked going everyone together in this particular one, because that one actually reflects the image that we saw when going inside the other mirrors, well, which we entered actually.
That's right. Were we all going to try to go in at once? Am I remembering right?
Yep. But as we tried, well, this guy came out. Not sure what his deal is, but he looks quite scuffled.
Jaggy, oh, well, my name is Rose. Hello.
Hello, Rose.
Hello. Do you think that you would like to come along with us? I know that you don't really know why you are here. I know the feeling well. But I feel that maybe if we stick together, we might find a solution to all of our problems.
I just want to get out of here. I'm not staying in here with that.
Well, I think the only exit is going through that, so...
Then I'm in.
I think we're trying to redeem.
Well, we also need to collect these roses. We have a few, but we still are missing... I think we are missing 5. Jackie, you wouldn't happen to have a rose, would you?
Let me just check. I just broke it up, so I can't seem to find one.
I show him one of the roses. We are looking for some of these. We have a few already, but we were told that we need to find a total of 13.
No, I've never seen them.
So you guys seem to realize that Jaggy was perhaps a resident of Dargard Keep before it was transformed into Negrigard Keep and plunged into the Shadowfell. He seems confused, lost, and not from this era. If you guys want to go ahead and tell him that you recite a Dark Knight's Tale to him, that'll definitely enlighten him as to what has happened to Lord Soth. There's quite a story there though, so I don't expect you to read it all right now. But a long story short is Lord Soth had inherited Dargard Keep from his father, King of Solamnia, this region in a faraway land. And he always vied for more power, Lord Soth did, and eventually he obtained the status of king, toppling his own father. And people followed him loyally. But Lord Soth fell for an elven maid named Lady Isolde. Now, he was married to Lady Gladria, the rightful queen of Kryn. And when these crimes were discovered, Lord Soth was sentenced to death. And by tradition, sentenced to death by his own sword. However, 13 knights loyal to Lord Soth, they were more loyal to him than they were to the crown, and they allowed him to escape. So Lord Soth went back to his Lady Isolde, but some of the high clerics of the land, they did not deem this appropriate, or this relationship appropriate, and they called upon their gods to bring down hellfire onto Lord Soth and punish him for his horrible sins. But Lord Soth didn't die Instead, he arose as a Death Knight, as he had made a pact with a very evil entity known as Kitiara. And as he rose, he met with Kitiara and inherited terrible, terrible power. They then harbored a child named Tarkesis. So some say that Lady Isolde, because of her being with Lord Soth, she was also reborn as this horrible entity, this creature of pure evil. And there was so much evil involved with this that it caused the entire realm to be plunged into the Shadowfell. And that's how all of the domains of Dread ended up falling into the Shadowfell, through some horrible, truly evil act. Such powerful evil that it has attracted the mists of Ravenloft and drawn that entire realm into the Shadowfell, like Barovia and other domains of Dread. So that's what happened to your King Jaggy. He ain't your king anymore. He's an evil entity that has made a pact with very powerful evil creatures.
Yeah, I think as soon as he saw him, we fighting to death for him. It's completely different to what he's used to.
Now the story goes that there are these 6 mirrors here, which were created when Kitiara was banished away and sealed within the 9 hells. And each one of her 5 heads, because she's a 5-headed dragon, were transformed into these mirrors. But there are 6 mirrors, and they say the 6th mirror was transformed from Lord Soth's heart. And Lord Soth, he travels into these mirrors, which are reflections of his past, pivotal moments in his past that led him to what he is now. And he enters the mirrors to relive those pivotal moments, but he is filled with sorrow and regret, and he is constantly trying to ever change those pivotal moments, trying to change the past and fix his sins.
So did you say one of the mirrors contains a...
Yes.
Oh, are we diving in?
I think so.
Well,
Unless someone
that's
has a
the
better
plan.
idea.
Jaggy, you want to tag along?
He'll say, "Well, okay," and then I'll cast Holy Weapon on my longsword.
Okay.
My great.
Plus 5 relationship points with Karn.
So, all of these mirrors depict a different scene. They're undoubtedly magic, and as you guys have realized, they can transport you into these strange demiplanes. So this one that you're standing next to depicts a woodland scene. Some sunlight dappling a forest of trees. Each one seems to depict a different scene. So,
Before we... Sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, before we jump in, if everybody's alright with it, I'd like to cast Identify on one of the mirrors.
Sure.
Are you doing it as a ritual?
Yeah, as a ritual.
While he's
Poor
doing that,
Jaggy.
I'll do it on the next mirror.
Okay.
Same.
Poor Jaggy.
It lasts an hour, the holy weapon. Alright. You identify the mirrors as these special types of mirrors of life trapping, but they're called memory mirrors. They're very powerful magic items that create detailed illusions tied to Soth's past. The worlds within the memory mirrors tap into the past and fantasies of Lord Soth. These are an exclusive magic item that was created in the process that I mentioned earlier. The landscapes, people, and creatures that populate the mirrors recreate scenes and events from Lord Soth's past and allow him to replay these events with different outcomes. He believes that by repeating these events and writing what went wrong, he can escape from Sithicus. The mirrors are attuned to Lord Soth, as if any of these magic items were ever created, they are attuned to that individual's life only. And if that creature dies, the mirrors shatter in a violent explosion and can damage anyone standing near them. The mirrors themselves are impossible to damage. Weapons and tools, even magical ones, will bounce off harmlessly from the surface, and the mirror is completely resistant to all sorts of magical spells and effects. The only way to smash one is a wish spell. In terms of a spell, the mirror itself is about a half an inch thick. It's a slab of silvered glass. You cannot cut it, break it, or scratch it. They are also highly addictive. Those who enter them find themselves longing to enter them time and time again. And you do also realize that the frames, the gilded frames in which the mirrors are held up by, they are not part of the mirrors themselves. You can enter it just by looking through it.
So we can break the frames. Got it.
Or you can take the gold.
I'll take the gold. That's a good idea.
If we can enter it just by looking.
Alright, Han, you use a Sacred Flame, did you say, on one of the Banshees?
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Alright. I need everybody to make a Constitution save.
Oh, man.
Because they're behind.
I get an advantage with my foresight.
Okay. They are behind a wall, but Sacred Flame bypasses cover.
By the way, is it a magical effect?
No, it's not magical. Alright, you roll for damage, Han. When you Sacred Flame one of these Banshees, immediately they all turn and let out a god-awful wail. Or just the one did. The one that you Sacred Flame. It gets injured for 10 radiant damage, and it screams. It turns from a whisper to this horrible scream as it looks at you, and its face twists and contorts in this horrible visage. Han, Azathoth.
I'll use my inspiration to roll again.
Okay. Azathoth and Jaggy.
Okay, screw it. I also reroll.
Okay.
Jack, get it.
Alright, Jaggy, you drop to 0 hit points immediately.
I got advantage.
Foresight.
Sorry.
Oh, yes.
Capsule.
Alright. Yes, you do have advantage. Okay, so there's this horrible shockwave that just ripples out from the Banshee that you burnt, and it threatens to drain your very soul. But you guys just feel this wave wash over you, but everyone's okay.
Welcome to the party.
The Banshee itself is slightly burnt. After it wails, it sort of turns back to Lord Soth and continues to whisper sweet nothings into his ears.
Harn, I have a good feeling that better do not do that again.
Do I know how? Can I make a roll to know how many times they can do that sort of stuff?
Well, there's 13 of them there, so you know it's at least 13 times.
Yes, but if I keep hitting the same one, because you're saying that it was only one that howled.
Yep.
So if I keep hitting the same one, I don't know how often they can do the Banshee howl thing.
You can
Do
make a
you
religion
really
check.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
You
So as I was,
you can imagine though that it did sort of drain a lot of the Banshee's life force.
Listen, buddy, if you're going to shoot that thing, I'm going to still stand well over where Daftus is, actually.
If he's gonna hit it again, I'm moving back here.
Yes, I agree.
Do I know anything about the whale?
You think that it would, I mean, these sort of checks, they're not designed to discover creatures, stat blocks, basically.
Oh.
What you do know is that you don't think it would be capable of constantly doing it.
Well, either case, in case he AoEs something, I'm just gonna GTFO.
anyway, as I was saying before being rudely interrupted, Han, if we enter these mirrors, we should probably do it at a distance, just in case it releases said Banshee. After we enter it.
Well, I mean, we did enter a couple of times the portals, nothing happened.
Yeah, but
Besides,
we didn't die.
well, I mean, we did die in the portals.
But if we do end up disrupting the portal from the inside, just to be safe, since we can enter it just from looking.
I mean, could you look at it from a different mirror as well? Look at the reflection?
They don't reflect.
Yep. They only reflect this translucent image of yourself, but they do not reflect the throne room. You just
I mean,
have to
we could do
gaze
that
into
one
it and
from
imagine that you're walking into it. You don't actually have to physically move.
We could do that one from over here, the one right in front of us.
Does anybody know silent?
Nope.
Nah?
What was the question?
If anybody knew silent.
No.
Nope. Well,
Oh,
do
wait.
we go? Do we enter the portal then? The one, this one.
I'm just worried about if we do it too many times, it's going to trigger the other Banshees. And I don't think I can make 15 saves. 13 saves.
I could do a thunderclap and try to deafen some of us.
I don't think that was sound-based. If it drained the very life force from us. So maybe we can, try to just enter the portal and see what happens.
Yes, I agree. We do not have much better choices.
Yeah, it seems like enter the portal or do the risky thing. It seems riskier and try to kill the band. Just warn us if you're gonna hit again so we can get back. Please.
I'm going to rapid fire and hit all of them whilst you're running away.
Han pulls out my Tommy gun.
Watches Arn's alignment change.
Alright, are you guys going in the mirror? It's
Yeah,
getting
let's go.
awfully cold, and if you stay out here, you're probably going to freeze to death.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Just turn Rose into a fur coat.
Whoa.
You can do that too.
Whoa.
Alright. You guys,
My
if you're not going in the mirror, just object now, but I'm gonna say that you guys will start to stare into the mirrors and see what's in there.
I'm staring at it from back here.
Sure.
I'm still.
You just have to look at it and pretend that you're going to walk through it, and then your physical body will remain where it is, but your soul will enter the mirror. Okay, so you guys head in, and before you know it, you're looking around and you're no longer in the throne room. You're in,
A different throne room.
yes, a strange place. Looking around you, immediately, Jaggy, you're filled with reminiscence. This is the King's Court that you recognize somewhat. Well, the northwestern section is, but the southwestern section seems to be ruined. Like, the entire castle had been plunged into a ruin. There is rubble strewn over the floor. It looks like a stark contrast between the actual castle with brilliantly laid flagstone tiles and banners hanging on the walls to this scene of ruin. As you look up to the sky, or to the roof I should say, you don't see the roof of what looks like this throne room. Instead you see this blurry visage of Lord Soth that's sort of stretched out, constituting the entire roof. It's very ominous indeed. However, there is no time for omnicity because it looks like there is a grand wedding taking place here. You recognize your Lord Soth, Jaggy, King Soth here, and Lady Gladria. In fact, you were here. This is their wedding. There are knights of the Black Rose lining a red carpet, banners with kingfishers and roses adorning them, and a priestly man standing before the throne. There is a small pedestal about 3 foot high, and there is a shield and a sword resting atop it. There is no signs of any of the guests, none of the bards that were playing music, none of the servants that were bringing out food. In fact, this looks like an abstraction of what the wedding really was. There are these large urns with red wine, which was part of the wedding ceremony. They would take a cup each and drink as they say their vows. Lord Soth and Lady Gladria walk down this carpet and stand before the priest who is about to marry them. What do you guys do?
I imagine the priest and Princess Bride getting ready to marry them.
That looks like my king, but this is different to I remember it. This is in the past.
I
Otherwise it would-
prepare for the.
I wave at this thing.
I prepare for the priest to say any objection.
I'll shout.
Yeah.
I'll shout that the wine's been poisoned and don't drink it.
Alright,
Oh
you
my
yell
God.
that out And this scene continues to play out. Everyone seems like puppets. Their mouths are moving and they perform actions, but there is no words coming out of their mouths. And when you yell out to them, it's as if you're not even there. Suddenly, the roof starts to twist and contort. And the image of Lord Soft disappears. And before you, standing there, is a 6.5-foot tall Lord Soth himself. What are you doing here? These are my mirrors. These are my dreams. His booming voice echoes throughout the entire chamber.
My Lord Soft, please. Do you not recognize us? You invited us as guests to your castle. But when we approached you, it was almost like you were in a coma. And after a few hours there, looking for a way to awaken you, we figured the only way to approach you was through one of these mirrors.
I don't need to be awoken. I don't need you. I can change it. I can make it right. I just need to do something different. How dare you enter my mirrors? How dare you enter my memories? This is a crime, and you will be punished. He draws his wicked-looking longsword. Out! Out! I will vanquish thee! And just like that, he moves into attack. Azul.
One sec, need a... yeah. I go for the age-old cast haste on road. There we go. Go fast, road. Go far.
Right. You cast haste, and immediately everything slows down around you, Rose, as you speed up. Lord Soth is going to use a legendary action, and he just puts forward his charred gauntlet. Be gone! And he's going to use Fireball. Suddenly a bloom of fire blossoms. There is an explosion. Everyone in that area make a dexterity save.
Fire immunity is coming in handy.
It's always being out of the way.
Rose, you take 31 points of fire damage as you make the save. The fireball comes out incredibly hot. Azatoth, you just managed to make the save as well. You take 31 fire damage. Jaggy, you make the save as well as you predict this happening moments before it even happens with your foresight, and you take 31 points of fire damage. Han, you also manage to prevent yourself from being scorched, and you take 31 points of fire damage. And the fiery blossom does not affect you at all, Daftus, with your fire immunity. You don't need to make a constitution save though. I've got an API that will make it for you, your concentration check. Do you have, you don't have walk Arthur though, right?
I do.
You do? Okay, let me add it for you so that you can, you will have advantage rolled automatically for you.
Oh, also my foresight's it's every 8 hours, so it should be okay. Okay.
Yep. Let me just change it so that it's going to roll advantage for you. Even though you made the save anyway, just for next time. Alright, Jaggy, you're up.
Okay, so go here. I'm gonna hang on. First time on sheet. I'm gonna do this, so I can do 1 attack and 1 spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Booming Blade. So, do you want me to do the attack first? See if it hits.
Well, yes, yeah, you got to do the first attack. All right. He moves incredibly quickly, Jaggy, and that 21 has no chance of hitting him. He lazily just parries you off. Oh, you fool!
Oh, then I'll do a normal attack with my second attack.
And a 25.
27.
Oh, 27, yes. Alright, you see him sort of twist his greaves, and he turns at the last second as you're about to hit him. He has his longsword there, and he uses his reaction to parry you off, adding +6 to his AC.
Okay, and then
How dare you lowly jest!
with my mobile feet, I'm gonna get away. Must be done.
Okay, and you guys have fought Lord Soft before. He's no joke. He's going to use two more legendary actions to cast Branding Smite. And his longsword, which is still dark red, caked with blood from the many victims that he slaughtered, starts to glow with this unholy light. He comes in at you, Jaggy, and again, you see momentarily into the future. He makes 3 attacks on you at disadvantage. First one hits. You're hit with this incredible force. He goes so quick, and the blinding light also flashes in your eyes. You take a total of 31 points of damage, and an additional 9 points of necrotic damage.
Another 9?
Yes, from the Branding Smite. Not only that, that's all. It just does a bit of extra damage. And then this necrotic energy that was surrounding his blade disappears. And you lose concentration.
Is that with advantage?
What is that roll?
Yep, you rolled a 3 on both.
Okay.
Alright, he comes in with you, comes in at you again with 2 more attacks. I'll teach you to raise your weapon to me. And he's wearing like plate mail, and he's got a shield, and both of them are glowing with this purple energy. You manage to get your greatsword up and block him with a 16. He comes in again, and a 21 hits for another 30 points of damage.
Okay.
And he ends his turn there. Rose.
Okay, I'm going to walk over to Lord Soft, and as I do, I say, "My lord, this is your memory, and unfortunately, memories cannot be changed.
Watch me."
I've been dying for a rematch, and as my hasted action, I'm going to put on my hood and turn invisible.
Okay.
Full round of attacks on Lord Soft.
Alright, the first one crits him with the blood sword For 49 points of damage, you rip through his armor. And
I roll.
this disgusting black blood just sprays out from the injury.
And I roll a D100, right?
Yes.
Where is that? Advanced dice roller?
You can do /R, then space D100. Or yeah, you can do it in the dice roller. I think. I don't really use that, so. Alright, you don't like sever any appendages.
Alright, next attack.
And a 25 misses. He blocks you.
Oh my.
Another attack.
26. He's going to use his reaction to parry that, and he fights so well. You've never seen such a knight fight so perfectly, as he uses his sword and his shield, and they are exactly where you would expect them to be every time. Blocking.
That's 3. That's 3, so bonus action attack.
And you crit him again, stabbing him in the foreleg with the rapier for 20 piercing damage. Oh, you got me. Not bad.
And yep, that is my turn.
Alright, he's going to attack you back, Rose, with a legendary action.
Bring it.
16 misses.
Yes.
Daftus.
Wow. That AC, I'm going to Blade Song and drink a potion of heroism from my eye.
Okay.
Here and
Alright, he swings at you again, Rose. Stay still.
Bring it.
22 hits.
Miss. Miss.
Oh yes, 24 with
Hasted.
your hasted AC.
Hey.
Han.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Storm.
Okay. Alright, you cast spell magic on him and nothing really seems to happen. He didn't really have any spells affecting him. The branding smite seems to have fallen away. And again, this time he's going to swing at Daftus. And you! 31 hits, 29 points of damage.
Whoa.
Wait, not that much.
That was
Wait.
29, you said?
29 points of damage, 11 slashing and 18 necrotic. Alrighty,
Okay.
that's a toss.
That's better.
Alright, X-Blade Curse goes on him.
And the full round of Eldritch Blast.
Ignore that Hex, it's Hex-Blade Curse. 20 misses as he just quickly flicks his shield in front of himself. 30 hits him. And you don't have any of your modifiers added onto that. This should be plus 10 on each one, right?
Ooh, yeah, and wait. Plus 11.
Okay.
So it's 21.
Alright, so 42 points of force damage. They buckle his armor and each one slams into him, throwing him backwards. The 18 misses though as he still whips his shield into place to block as many beams as he can. Those two beams sort of flew underneath his shield and hit him in his sides. With all this damage done to Lord Soth, he still does not even falter.
Okay, so this turn I'm pretty much.
Alright, he's going to swing at Daftus again, using a 4th legendary action. "17 misses. Azul.
Fifth. Isn't that fifth because he used 2 for the Warple the
Oh, that
smite?
was last turn. He gets them back every turn.
Resistances are finite.
Azul.
I will move into position. Can't see him.
Alright, you fire a firebolt at him and he blocks that too with his shield. "You cannot change anything! I must redeem myself! I will get free!"
How's that going? Good, good. Alright, leave you to it.
Jaggy, this one's for you.
I'm going to say, "My lord, don't you remember this day? It's your wedding day. I remember your wedding dance." And I'm going to cast Irresistible Dance.
He slices you first with a 26 for 30 points of damage.
Can I do shield on that?
Nope, that'll still hit you, even with the +5.
Okay. So how much? 26, you say?
30 points of damage.
30, okay.
Alright, you use Irresistible Dance on him, and he immediately starts sort of looking down. "What's this? What's this?" He's doing some weird, like, jig uncontrollably.
Oh, it's his wedding dance.
I can't stop. Once you get started, you just cannot stop. It's very,
And then
very
I can do an
awkward.
attack after I cast a spell, so I'm going to use my greatsword.
Alrighty, and that hits him.
Oh, forget the radiant, that's gone now.
26 slashing damage. Alright, you tear through him, and as you slice him, he continues to sort of dance. And you're just slicing into him. He keeps dancing as you attack him.
And I'm done.
Alright, he's going to use his legendary action to still attack Daftus. "Get back here! I just 1, 2, and 20 misses. Alright, it's his turn. He just keeps using all his movement to shuffle on the spot. And he'll use his action to make a wisdom saving throw. "Why are you just standing there? Let's get down and boogie!" And he'll burn his first legendary resistance to succeed that. But his turn is done. Rose.
But you were such a good dancer, my lord. Full round of attacks on Lord Saw.
Alright, and 19
Yeah.
is blocked.
Yep. Okay, going.
And he'll use his reaction to parry the 28. "Huh, you think you can take me? Think again." 23 is blocked. And a 24 is also blocked. You come in with a 31, stabbing him again in his side for 15 damage, and this disgusting black ooze pours out of the small rapier wound that you plunged into his side, and again, he still doesn't look very injured at all.
Yep, that was my turn, and I'm done.
Alright. He is going to... Let's have a look here. He's just going to attack you, Daftus, with a regular attack. Ha! 21 misses. You're up.
Alright. Cast haste on myself. And then hasted action attack. Since I only have one attack, I might as well use it. Oh, no, I can't. Don't mind me talking to myself.
Alright, you try to strike him with your Rod of Thunder and Lightning, and he effortlessly just whooshing, parries it away.
Oh, bonus action, Misty Step.
Oh, you soul.
Alright, he legendary action Shadow Steps, and he takes one step, disappears into shadows, and reappears right next to you, Daftus. Going somewhere?
Hi!
Han.
I will move. I'll cast Bless on Daftus, Rose, and Jaggy. Can you
I already
do
have
that?
a potion that's given it to me.
You can't get Rose because she's invisible.
Alright.
Well, I'll just get Daftus, Jaggy, and Azathoth.
I already have Bless on me from my potion.
Well, I don't necessarily know that, so.
Oh, alright.
You're like super blessed now.
Sweet. Did they stack?
Let me have a look. Does it give you the effect of Bless, or is it something else? There's no heroism. Yes, it's the actual Bless spell, so they won't stack. If it was the same sort of effect, but it wasn't actually specifically the Bless spell, it would stack, but because it has the same name, it doesn't stack.
Gotcha.
Could you put Jaggy's health bar on, please?
Oh yeah, I asked that as well, but you didn't notice.
Oh, I forgot my temp hit.
There we go.
Jeez.
Seb, I'm gonna put 10 hit points back because I forgot I get 10 temp from the.
Okay. Alrighty, and Lord Soth is going to use 3 legendary actions. This fireball appears in his hand. It's a black orb of necrotic energy with fire lancing out from it. So, you think you can avoid fire? Well, catch this. And he just tosses it on the ground. It explodes. It's a mixture of necrotic and fire damage. It's his Hellfire Orb. He uses 3 actions to use that. And it's basically a fireball that does half necrotic damage and half fire damage. Everyone in that area make a Constitution save.
Oh,
I would counter spell it, but I can't see him.
It's not a spell either. It's just an ability that you can do. Luckily, it's not something you can do all the time.
22.
Alright, so Rose, you're hit for a total of 48 points of damage, fire and necrotic.
Okay.
You have something that gives you advantage on all magical effects on
Boon of Perfect Health. Have advantage on
Constitution
Constitution
saves.
save.
Lovely. Same for you. You take we take Actually, sorry, I got your damage wrong there, Rose. 17 fire and 16 necrotic, so 33. So 33 for you, Rose. 33 for you, Han. I wish I could say the same for you, Azathoth, but it's 68 points of damage.
Already took it off.
And Daftus, you also take 33. You just take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, you are a tough one, aren't you? Don't you see? You cannot change what is about to unfold here.
I took too much damage off that wasn't.
Okay.
Made it.
Only I can change what has happened. Only I can redeem myself for my sins.
That's a toss. Did you fail your concentration check there?
No, it's because I accidentally did the same thing and put my, instead of subtracting 13, I changed it to 13.
Alright, you did though, Han. So bless goes off.
What's that?
Well,
Han lost concentration.
Oh.
Alrighty, Azathoth, you're up.
well, I guess I'll still try to Eldritch Blast his ass for now.
20 misses.
Oh god, I took the wrong macro, so basically, yeah, everything's plus 11.
Alright, you hit him twice for a total of 29 points of damage. Alright, as those beams sort of hit him in the back, he lurches forward. And he's starting to look a little bit worn, but you can tell he still has plenty of fight left in him.
Pretty lame rolls, to be honest. Well, considering I rolled a 2 and 4 3 times in a row during my 8 attacks. So yeah. What can I do? What can I do? Is Crown of Stars in action?
Yeah, and then a bonus action after that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. EOT.
Azul.
Zool?
Do it, Azul.
Oh, I don't know where he. Right. The wrong sheet. One. Would a lightning bolt hit Daftus if I did it?
I don't think so.
What was that?
I thought I should double check before I should have. Oh, I actually did that to output attack.
Alright, third level.
5th. I'm using Staff of Power.
Okay, 10d6. You can just roll it. Lord Soft will use a legendary resistance. And he gets up his shield. He's struck. The arcs of lightning sort of jolt him. He takes 19 points of lightning damage. And the lightning bolt continues to streak past him. It takes out 3 of these other knights that are just sort of standing along the red carpet, and they are just struck. They fall down. Immediately, the rest of the audience and Lady Gladria and Lord Soth and the priest that's marrying them, they start to react and they scream as they draw weapons, and they start to look around, seemingly sort of ignorant to the source of this. Jaggy.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 7.
Okay.
So that didn't work. So what's going on there?
That's it. You take the 8 plus the higher level cast, which is 22, for a total of 30 points.
That's level 7?
Yep.
Okay.
Powerful stuff you're throwing around there, buddy.
And then, well, I was gonna attack, but I don't think I am now. So I'm probably just gonna.
Okay. Lord Soth's turn.
Why do you try and stop me?
We're here to help.
You cannot help me. You cannot change this. Only
We're here
I
to offer
can.
you redemption.
Enough!
And he uses power word stun on you.
Well, that sucks.
Immediately you're seized. You lose concentration. And you can repeat the Constitution save at the end of your turn. As he moves into now, go in with a flourish of sword swings on you. Rose.
I'm going to run to Daftus. 5, 10, 20. I'm gonna move over here 30 feet. Lord Soft, wouldn't you rather hit me? And I'm gonna attack.
I will expel you all.
19
No.
is blocked. A 30 hits him. Actually, he'll use his reaction and he'll block the 30. With an amazing feat, he still manages to parry you, adding +6 to his AC.
Okay.
A 31 hits him for 14 slashing damage. And you crit with the blood sword with that 4th attack. 48 points of damage. It rends a terrible, terrible wound through Lord Soth's chest.
Correction. Because that wasn't a nat 20.
No, it's still.
What?
Oh, does it not anymore? No, it doesn't.
Oh yes,
Right?
it doesn't work
Yeah.
unless you actually get a 20. You're right.
Right.
Still, it's still a crit though, so you get 20 points of damage from that. Alright, he blocks the, actually no, 29 hits him. Let me just add on his other hit points from that. Okay. And you stab him with the rapier. He's looking pretty tired. At the same time, he's fighting all 6 of you at once. It's an extraordinary feat of expertise that he displays with his combat.
Action surge.
Alright, you
Nope.
come in with a 21 and he doesn't stop relentlessly. He blocks you with a 21, slicing his sword and parrying you off. A 31 hits him. You slice him across the arm. 14 points of damage. And that's another crit. 20 points of damage. Whoa! He sort of stumbles a little bit back, holding his side.
Oh, no!
And that is my turn. So I will end.
Yes. Alrighty. He is going to attack you, Daftus.
Oh yeah, legend.
And before you come out of your stun, you're hit for 23 points of damage. and at the end of your turn, you shake off the power word stun with 29. And immediately, as you sort of start to gain control of your bodily functions again, he comes at you again. And
I'll shield.
okay, you also lose your blade song when you're incapacitated, right?
What's that?
You lose your blade song when you're incapacitated.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was after you broke and stun, so your AC was 20. So
Yeah, so I'll shield.
yep. And it's not your turn anymore as well. Han.
I'll just try and Sacred Flame him.
Alright, he does have advantage. You burn him for 15 radiant damage, and this holy blanket of fire falls down on his back, and he just starts to shake it off. Oh, get off me!
I'll move a bit.
And he's swinging again at you, Daftus. Hits for 30 points of damage. Azatoth.
Full round of Eldritch Blasts.
That hits. Hits, crits, and hits. That is... Okay, you fire this volley of beams at him, and each one batters him. He tries to get his shield up, but they just dance around and smack him in the face, knocking his helmet off, revealing this horrible skeletal head underneath, all burnt and charred. The skin is a mixture of red and black. It's all scabbed up, and suddenly his glowing orange eyes widen, and he just yells, "Whoa!" And you guys will wake up back outside
But
the
that-
mirror.
That was one sick Eldritch Blast, 31 damage.
Yes, you absolutely annihilated it. As you guys, as that happens, immediately you're just awoken. Back exactly where you're standing before you entered the mirror. You hear a loud smash of shattering glass, and you find that the mirror that you just came from, it breaks. And shards of the glass fall to the ground. The
Well,
banshees
5 more.
wail and scream as 2 of them dissolve.
5 more to go.
Oh my.
Well, that was fun.
But those were only our spirits, so technically our bodies would still maintain our original statuses, you know.
No,
Or
you
No.
you feel your energy drained, as if that experience was very, very real indeed. However, none of your wounds remain, so you're all at full hit points.
So our hit points go back up, but our abilities don't.
Yes, your physical bodies were
Okay.
not harmed, but your souls were drained of their life force.
So no
So,
spell
like,
shots.
No. And this image of Lord Soth and the Banshees, it was like very spectral before, it becomes a little bit more opaque. Sort of this fading between see-through and real. Ever so slightly.
Alright, so-
Lord Soft starts to stir a little bit, shaking his head as if he's in the midst of some horrible nightmare, and keeps lipping these whispers with no sound.
Next mirror?
Okay, so every time we win, we raise the opacity. Let's keep going, guys.
I want to cast a spell on Rose before we go in.
Hello, hi.
It's going
What's
to take a
going
minute.
on?
It's going to take a minute to cast Regenerate on you. So if anybody wants to do anything else for a minute.
I was going to cast haste, but that only lasts for a minute, so I'll wait till we're in there.
Yeah.
Han, if I may ask, what does that do?
It's going to give you 5 hit points around.
That's amazing. Thank you, Han.
Well, he's doing that. I guess I cast Crown of Stars.
While he's doing that, you cry.
Yeah.
Let's just cry. Let's just.
How long does Rejuvenate last for?
1 hour.
I wanna... Just so if we do end up fighting soft in this real world, anybody object to Tiny Hut being cast in here?
Oh, you can if you want to. Depends how long it's going to take you.
It takes 10 minutes to cast it, I think.
Seriously, now after I cast Crown of Stars, could you not?
Let's
I
wait till
mentioned
after
it
Rose.
before he cut Granister.
Oh, okay, so... Well,
No,
Retcon.
Oh,
Let's
like-
retcon.
Tiny Hut give you a long rest?
no, it's just it makes an impenetrable field pretty much that only we can enter and exit.
I see, but do you think the last battle will be in this room?
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I'll post it in the thing.
Tiny Hut.
Cast. Oh, you can do it as a. No, you can do it as a ritual.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything during those 10 minutes?
well, as soon as those 10 minutes are finished, I'm gonna cast only the Crown of Stars before we enter. I mean, it's one action, so I wouldn't do it
Doesn't
if
the
we
Crown
are
of
not
Stars
in.
last for an hour?
Yeah, but if we're just gonna waste time, I might lose it before I actually use it.
Oh, it only
I'll
takes
cast
10
that on
minutes.
myself. At the end
Oh.
of the... When he's done casting Tiny Hut, I'll cast that on myself.
I'll just also to mention when I cast it, everybody has to be in it as well.
Yeah, if you leave it, then. If you
Oh,
leave
yeah,
it as
doesn't
all,
go-
then it goes away.
Does it?
Yeah.
Body's
Yes.
not leaving it, right?
Yeah.
His body's not leaving it, no. But if
Oh,
he
yeah.
leaves it, then it goes away.
Okay, so let's everyone. I hope everyone has a good sight, so everyone can see the mirror and good imagination from a distance.
I would like to read my book for the 10 minutes.
Sure.
I don't know how much time I have left. Probably like a long rest, but it's going down, so. Don't know what it does, but I'm excited.
Alright. Let me know when you guys are ready.
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 Okay. You guys stare into the mirror. And you imagine yourselves walking into it. this mirror, you notice like the mirror, the image on the mirror in the scene, it doesn't match what is inside the mirror. So, this image, I presume that you're going in this one, but no one said anything, so I'll just presume.
Well, I mean, I wanted to go next, that one next.
So,
Yeah.
it shows a long hallway lined with military standards and banners. A plush red carpet patterned with swords, crowns, and kingfishers and roses. And you guys enter in and find yourself in a vastly different realm. In fact, this realm seems to match the scenes of the first mirror, a woodland scene.
Tricky.
Tricky.
Alright, so you find yourself in this lush, beautiful forest. There are birds singing. There is a beautiful blue flowing stream to the south of you. A wooden hut perched upon the bank of this stream. Trees, nature and wildlife all around you. A beautiful scene indeed. When you look up to see a blue sky, instead you see another strange distorted image of Lord Soth watching down over you all. And there is this kingly man tending to some horses. Again, Lord Soth in human form. And he just pats the mane of the horse, each one barded, ready for war. You see Lady Gladria in the hut. Supper is ready, my lord. Come now. You've worked yourself to the bone.
Okay, let's try plan number 2. I Eldritch Blast both King Sot and Gladria.
Okay.
Whoa.
No,
Two-
you've got
two
to
for
wait
each.
the evil one to come in.
Yeah, but it's only Eldritch Blast, so
Fire.
I blast only.
Whoa.
Fire your 4 beams. Is it 2 at each?
Yeah, 2 at each.
Whoa.
What?
Do these triangles mean it?
No, they're just... Just ignore them.
Have you never noticed the triangles in nature? These are nature's triangles.
It's a Triforce symbol.
Hey.
Alright, as a
everyone
stealth, are
has a magic
you
sword.
firing?
Yep.
Well, make your attack rolls.
Oh, I actually need to make an attack roll. Okay, I thought they were just like instant death.
This is
Alright, I'm not sure which order you're attacking what, so again, I'm just going to presume.
Well, first 2 for the Sot and second 2 for the Gladiator.
Alright, you fire 2 beams at Lord Soth and they slam into him. And you fire 2 beams at Lady Gladria. You hit her with the first one for 11 force damage. They're just sort of thrown around and they start sort of yelling and screaming, and Lord Soth sort of yells, "Get down!" Suddenly,
Doesn't the second one hit? I mean, she doesn't see me, so... Or the projectiles, nevertheless.
why doesn't she see you? You're standing right out in the open of the field here.
Oh, they actually see me. Okay.
So, as this is happening, coming behind you, Azathoth, you see like a group of 13 elven maidens sort of just strolling through the forest with this one beautiful elven lady that sort of stands out among the rest. And they see like Lord Soth and Lady Gladria being like battered. They start screaming and sort of running as that happens and dispersing. Lord Soth yells out, "Down, down! We're under attack!" And immediately, as this unfolds, the large, distorted image of Lord Soth disappears, and out of some hellfire, the evil Lord Soth appears next to you, Azathoth.
Yeah.
No surprises there.
Kind of deserve it, to be honest.
You cannot change this. Only I can.
And we roll an initiative.
Cool. What? Wait.
Sweet.
Hold on. That's a 12. Oh no.
only I am.
Wait.
Each time I'm gonna
Okay.
roll lower.
Alright, he draws his longsword.
He got 3.
You cannot help me.
He did get a 3. He's strong, he ain't quick. Alright, that's all we're up.
Oh yeah.
So which one goes first, me or you know, the
You'll go first.
Sod?
Azul escapes into the sky.
Nah, cast levitate on him.
Oh, okay. I was like, Azul's leaving.
Nah,
Goodbye.
people are needing him.
What's your DC?
21.
He makes a saving throw. And he just holds out his hand.
I'll get to you soon.
How deep is this?
Only a few feet. You can see the bottom of it. Alrighty. He's going to attack you, Azathoth, with his longsword.
No surprise. Misses though.
You block him. Rose.
I think I can get up to him with 30 feet of movement, but I cannot tell because these are white lines on green. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, okay. Okay, making sure. Okay. Hello again, my lord. Full round of attacks on Lord Saw.
Why are you here?
We are going to help you, whether you like it or not.
You cannot change
By
the
killing you.
past.
Are you still invisible?
Did it go away? I'm not sure how it worked because it didn't really happen.
Yeah, you would have need to reapply your hood.
Okay, then I guess I'm not invisible right now.
Alright, 25 is blocked.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't the Crown of Stars be out with your other body as well?
Nope. As I said, the only physical effect was the damage. All of the abilities and spells that you've cast, they're not a part of your physical self, they're a part of your life force. Alright, a 28 gets blocked. A 25 is blocked. And a 23 misses as he just uses his shield and sword with a perfect defense.
And that is my turn.
Alright, he's gonna quickly twist his greaves, do a 180 spin, and just slice at you, Rose. Miss.
No, he's not.
Jaggy.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I just gone too far. 20. That's what I want. Okay. I'm gonna cast Blade Ward on myself, obviously.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack.
Alright, you swing quite recklessly with a 11, sorry, and you just hit his armor.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, he's going to.
Sorry. I was gonna fly up 20 foot.
Okay.
Straight up in the air.
Okay.
Wait, does flying above doesn't mean it still can provoke a reaction attack? Oh wait, he used his
He got mobility.
Yeah, I got mobility as well.
Alright. And yes, Lord Soft did use his reaction. Alright, that's another swing at you, Azathoth, as he quickly twists with his longsword. And 23 misses as well. Daftus.
I think I know the answer, but the potion of heroism temp hit points don't come back also.
No.
Worth a shot. I'll run up and swing.
Alright, that hits him. 19 points of damage. There's a loud crack as you slam into his armor. But he barely budges. And you hit him again for another 24 points of damage.
With the and I'll apply the stun once a day stun.
I think that has to be done before you make the attack, doesn't it?
Because it's when I hit, I can cause it.
Oh, okay. Alright.
It's only a DC 17, but it's worth a shot. Ooh.
It would just use a legendary resistance.
Alright, it's burnt resistance and on bonus action misty stuff.
Okay. Alright, Azathoth, he swings at you again. 16 misses. On.
I'll do another bless. On Azathoth, Jaggy, and Rose.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll take cover behind the well.
Alright, Azathoth. This is for you. Miss.
He really likes me.
You're up.
Yeah, kind of thinking about things. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, I can figure it out. So he still doesn't have reactions. Screw it. As my... Oh, actually, do these things count hostile, like, in any way? Would they impose a disadvantage on ranged attacks?
No, they seem to be like just maidens that are running and screaming.
And the one in the middle?
She seems to be rushing towards Lord Soth, but none of them have had a chance to really act yet.
Okay, so generally speaking, just gonna stand here. As my bonus action, gonna drop Hex on.
Okay, Hex goes on.
So technically, I'm assuming since he's undead, he doesn't really get the damage from it, but I'm gonna make him a disadvantage on what spell? Let's say
It's ability checks as well, not saving throws. Keep that in mind.
oh yeah, it's only checks. Whatever. It doesn't matter then because he's not gonna do any ability checks.
He might decide to do some push-ups and fail horribly.
Oh yeah, or dance again and fail miserably. Alright, let's just do strength then.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't have anything else to do with that. And one shooting star going for
A 20 misses. He blocks it with his shield.
Of course, it's gonna be a free
Isn't it a bonus? Oh no, it's an action to shoot it, right? Or is it a bonus action?
bones.
You already used your bonus action for Hex.
Oh, good that I did. Well, in the case, then I just make Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Alright. Every single one of them hit for 49 points of damage. You pummel him with a volley of Eldritch Blasts, plus another 4d6 from the Hex.
But that's necrotic damage, and I'm assuming
it doesn't affect
since
him.
he's... Yeah, that's why I said there's no
Yeah.
point of that damage as well, so...
Alright, he's a little bit battered, but I mean, he is at full power again as far as you can tell from when you fought him last time. Okay. Alright, the first thing he's gonna do is just, his eyes are gonna glow. Everybody, make a wisdom save against being frightened.
We're still under the effects of Hero's Feast.
You guys have still got that?
Do we?
So
We
20
said we had a long rest. Is it
Did
24
we-
hours?
When do we have a long rest?
When you
we
guys
were
arrived at
asleep
this
in the
third level.
corridor. Yeah.
Uh,
Long rest.
Question. Is that magical effect? Like, based on magic?
It's not, it's just his frightful presence.
Then
Alright.
would we have finished reading the books in that long rest?
You guys didn't actually have a long
No, we
rest.
were-
It's just you got consumed by the fungi and like woke up from a dream. So you were basically
lasts 24
incapacitated.
hours.
You don't know how long. You don't know how long you're out for, or even if what happened was real.
So, well, for this instance, was it longer than 24 hours? Because if not, then we wouldn't be frightened.
You don't have the effects of Hero's Feast anymore. So
Okay. Then.
by logic, you would presume that it was more than 24 hours. And to have the effects of a long rest as well, it would have had to have been 24 hours. Otherwise, you don't get the effects, because you can only benefit once in 24-hour period.
Really?
Yes, you can only have a long rest once
didn't
every
know that.
24 hours. Alright, Rose, you become frightened.
Actually, I was gonna ask if I could use my last Indemnable, because I have one
Sure.
left.
Jaggy, you become frightened.
Okay.
Alright, Rose, you're
So
not
what-
frightened. Han, you become frightened. And everyone else. Oh, Azul, you also become frightened. So you guys can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn with disadvantage. As long as you're in line of sight of Lord Soth. And now he makes his round of attacks.
Wait, 18 also failed.
Oh yes, you had the bless. You just made the save. DC is... Yeah, you made the save. Never mind. Alright,
Yeah, because previously I also saved that 18
Yes, you
and you
did.
said hardly, so...
alright.
I thought... Yeah.
He makes his 3 attacks. He's gonna swing at you, Rose, because you're right there.
Alright.
And all 3 of them hit.
I'm going to use my reaction to block one of them.
The first one.
I'm feeling the second. This is a 31. Well, yeah, I can't block 31. Yeah, the second. The first one.
Yep. Okay. Use your action to block the first one. The second 2, they hit hard. And you take 35 points of damage from the first attack. 34 points of damage from the second attack.
So that's 69.
And then he moves up to Azathoth. Azul.
I think you shouldn't have hit his woman.
That was a bad idea.
So I took 69 damage, right? Just make sure.
Yep. 30, 35, and then 34 is 69.
Okay.
I want to get far away. I want to get far away from here, so I'm gonna misty step down here.
Okay.
And I'll minor illusion Lady Galadriel's voice in Soft's ear, saying that she forgives him.
Oh my goodness.
No! You cannot forgive me for what I have done. I must change something. I must change something.
Azul's gonna go exploring the other side of the map.
He's going to attack Azathoth. 30 hits. 29 points of damage. Rose.
I'm gonna charge at Lord Soft and do a full round of attacks.
Did you get your regeneration as well?
Oh, yes, I got my regeneration. I gained 5 hit points. Nice.
Is the regeneration not on his body, but on his soul?
Yes. Spells and the arcane weave are not physical.
Nice.
You also lose your hex there as the top.
Doesn't matter.
But it does if he's going to do push-ups. There goes that plan.
Or if he's gonna dance again.
Alrighty. You guys continue to try and fight him. And a
27.
27 will get blocked with his reaction.
Alright, here we go again.
And you hit him again, 14 slashing damage. And a crit for 20 points. And another crit for 12 with the rapier, and he sort of staggers a little bit, but still doesn't look too worn at all.
Yep, those are my attacks. And
If only you were invisible.
I mean, I could be, but I was waiting on something, but I don't think it's gonna happen, so I'm gonna probably. So I end my turn.
Alright, he's gonna turn around and attack you, Rose.
Yeah. Okay.
15 misses.
Ooh.
Jaggy.
So I can't attack. I can't get closer to him, so I'm frightened.
Yeah, you can't move closer to him willingly.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Greater Visibility on Azeroth because he seems to be doing pretty good.
It's a touch spell.
Does it? Well, I can't shimmer around him, can I? Okay. In that case, then I'm going to cast Hold Monster.
Pro tip. undead cannot be, charmed.
Spell has no effect on undead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, you can just use a legendary resistance as well. So either way, there's no way it's going to succeed.
Okay. So that's what I can do.
Alright, I'll say that your action got consumed, but not your spell slot.
Okay.
And this is for you, Rose. 18
Oh,
misses.
sorry.
Hey.
Repeat your saving throw, Jaggy. Wisdom save.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
I'd be normal because I've got foresight.
Yes. You're still frightened at the end of your turn.
Gee.
Duftus.
And I'm gonna cast this on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to use my blade song, so I'm not gonna bonus action.
Alrighty. This is for you, Azatoth.
Ooh, I'm dead.
Alright, he just completely lops your head off, Azatoth. You're instantly killed and dispelled out of the mirror.
Oh.
You guys just see Azatoth's head roll on the ground.
Hi, buddy.
I will change my past. You cannot. Why do you fight me? Look what you made me do. Wrong tense. Do. Did. Anyway, just stop trying to interfere.
Yes.
And just like that, off goes your head, Azatoth.
Yeah. Well, so much for that idea. So, I go.
And you notice that Lord Soth is being a little bit more unforgiving this time you're fighting him.
Ooh, look what you made me do.
I wonder why.
Han.
I'll just drop another Sacred Flame on him. Then I'll duck down so that I can't see him.
You can get like half cover from the well.
Well, I'm specifically breaking line of sight between me and him.
Half cover doesn't break line of sight.
But if I stick my head down the well, I can't see him.
Half cover doesn't break line of sight. Simple as that.
Jump down the well. Friendly solution.
Okay then.
You need total cover. It's not a matter of you can't see him. It's a matter of line of sight, which is a specific game term.
Is that hard cover there?
Yes. See how you can't see his token anymore? Means you have total cover.
Well,
But-
I'll move to there then.
How much movement speed do you have?
30.
Yeah, I don't think that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That was 50 feet of movement.
You can do it, buddy.
No,
Dash.
I cast a cantrip, so I can't dash. But I can start moving that direction.
You can't go diagonal through walls as well.
Where's the wall?
You can get there though,
Coming
where
up
you
the
were.
Steps.
Oh yes, it's not. Well, yeah, it's not really a wall. Yeah, you can get there easily enough.
And I presume I just get to make my wisdom save again.
Yes, at disadvantage. At the end of your turn, you're no longer frightened. Alright, this is for you, Rose. And off goes Rose's head as well. You join Azathoth on the other side of the mirror. You just see Lord Soth's vicious vorpal longsword swinging at you, and everything goes black. You awaken on the other side of the mirror. And he's not going to stop there. He hasn't even used half of his abilities yet.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
I gotta.
We ain't dead. It's just the fact that we need to restart the fight again.
This is for you, Han. You immediately become stunned. Perhaps fighting isn't always the best option.
Yeah.
Azul, you're up.
Okay. I will. There's not many options. My original plan was to haste through, but
A 20 misses.
to the very corner.
Alright, when you sort of get to the corner, like you just see this distorted image of the throne room. Sort of like you're going to just exit the mirror if you go any further. Alright, you break your fear at the end of your turn. And let me just move your token so I can actually take the icon off. You're actually apparently gone off the end of the world. Alright, so Lord Soth will shadow step next to Han now. Jackie.
Okay, so I can't move closer to him.
No.
Okay, he must be hurt by now. So
Not really.
No.
alright, I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to do power word stun on him.
It doesn't affect him.
Bollocks. With my bonus
And
action,
again, your action is consumed, but your spell slot is not.
because he can't be charmed or can't be stabbed.
Got more than 150 hit
I
points.
guess it does say it has no effect, so I'm going to be nice though and just say for this time that your spell slot is not consumed, but usually it would consume your spell slot.
Okay, that's like first game rules, yeah? Okay,
So he has more
in
than
that
150
case,
hit points left.
I'm going to do... I forgot I could do this, I'm sorry. I'm going to do my Bardic Inspiration.
On Rose. Or Azathoth. Quit while you're
Yeah.
ahead.
It's the... Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Hang on a second.
It's 30 feet, so... The only
No,
person...
it's the one for the College of Valor. This one, Combat Inspiration.
Okay.
I think I could do it on Daftus.
Yes. I don't think you need to be able to see them, right? You just need to be able to... Yep. So you can use that.
So
It's the
an
same
attack
as
roll
Bark
against
Inspiration, but you can also use it for AC.
and attack rolls.
And attack rolls. Is it attack rolls or damage? I think it's damage. Damage or AC.
Yeah, damage or AC. Okay, that's better.
Alright, is that EOT?
It isn't. Hang on the Ruder.
Alrighty, this is for you, Han. You're hit. 24 necrotic and 15 slashing. Daftus.
there.
Is Daptus frightened?
No.
No.
Oh, can I do my wisdom save?
Oh yeah. Repeat your wisdom save. Still frightened. Oh no, actually your foresight will cancel out your disadvantage, so you're good. You break the fear.
I'll blow a 9th level spell slot against him. No, just kidding.
Do it. Wish us the victory.
I'll actually do the opposite.
A 25 misses. Oh no, invisibility. It's gonna hit him.
Yep.
11 fire damage. It's not the strongest. Not the strongest firebolt. And again, he's not looking overly injured still.
Then I'll Misty Step to here.
Alright, he attacks you, Han. And you're hit for another 23 points of damage. Repeat your Constitution save.
$27.
You break free. And at the end of your turn, he misses.
Ooh, good thing you weren't stunned. Oh no, he wouldn't hit.
Now he just sort of says to you, "Die!" And he uses power word kill on you. And you're instantly killed. You're also expelled from the mirror. And then he moves up to you, Daftus.
I can hear you.
Fighting him ain't going so well for you guys.
No.
And you're burning a lot of resources. Azul,
I cast Firebolt
how
on
you
his
hit him
house.
for 18 fire
No,
damage.
on his house. I'm setting his house on fire.
Alright.
Okay.
You do just that, and there is a small fire that appears. Okay, let me just put on some fire. Alright, so also, while this has happened, like, all of these maidens have run, like, screaming, and this elven woman has sort of run over to tend to this knightly man here, and Lord Soth has like taken her, and they've started running towards the house. As you sort of burn the house, Azul, it's like sort of just as they get there, as they're like ducking for cover, Lord Soth has got his weapon out, and he's like looking around for the source of who shot those eldritch blasts. When the house sets on fire, they sort of scream, and there's a massive explosion from the firebolt that just catches this little wooden hut, and they sort of hold up their hands to defend themselves, and Lady Gladria is like still inside the hut. She screams, and Lord Soth sort of looks at you.
Do not interfere. I know what must be done. I can change my past.
I just look at him, and I walk backwards.
You walk off the map.
Yeah.
Alright, you are also expelled from the mirror.
Azul out.
Alrighty, Lord Soth is going to swing at you, Daftus. "20 misses.
Shield.
You're,
Would have hit because I didn't blade saw.
Oh, you didn't blade saw?
Blades.
Okay, you can shield it instead. Jaggy.
Okay, so I'm going to cast haste on myself.
Okay.
So double movement.
Yes.
So 20 there, then 20 down, and I'm going to attack him.
Okay. That misses.
with advantage.
25 misses.
And then I'm going to go 40 up.
Don't you
And I'm
still get
gonna-
like a bonus action attack if you use a spell?
That was the spell. Yeah, there's a one spell within one attack.
But don't you get like a bonus action with your war
Bonus
magic?
Yeah, I get a bonus action.
So do you want to use your bonus action to make the attack?
I just did. I just used the greatsword.
That was your hasted action. I thought it was your hasted action.
Oh yeah, no, I get 2. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Sorry, it's still learning the character. I was in it for the movement.
26 hits him. 26 slashing damage.
Ugh.
And then 40 up.
Okay. Alrighty, this is for you, Doftus.
Do I recognize the
The what, sorry?
the elf woman that helped the humans?
No. Never seen her before. You could only guess who she is. Hit for 20 points of damage. Just
Oh, that
think
was
back
it.
to the Dark Knight's Tale.
Probably the side piece.
If you look at it, the same story is trying to unfold as in the Dark Knight's Tale.
It's the side chick who you left the main chick for.
And Lord Soth is trying to change it somehow. But he does not seem to want you guys here.
Alright, I'm gonna attack her.
Alright, 22 points of damage. You slam the rod into her, and Lord Soth looks at you.
That will not work!
And you hit her again. And she just is thrown backwards. Her body shredded from the thunderous damage that explodes from your rod. Lord Soth immediately stops as he's about to sort of swing at you.
No! It will not work. I have tried that already. It will not work. Nothing will work. You cannot change it. I've tried everything.
We'll help you.
And he just drops to his knees.
Yeah, I had the feint. I did that.
Why? Why would you help me?
Everyone deserves redemption, Soth.
My crimes. They are unforgivable. I must change the past. I must change something. I must prevent this from happening.
Friend, you can't change the past. You can only change what you are.
No. I will keep trying. Would you?
And he holds out his gauntlet, charred and burnt from some horrible fire.
Would you spare 2 roses for a night? One for myself, and one for my love.
I would. Hopefully I have them.
Alright, you find the roses, the black roses, in your pocket.
I give 2 to Soth.
When you place them in his hand, immediately they change color to a stark white. He closes his hand, and everyone wakes up.
Ooh.
You find yourselves fully healed, and another mirror breaks. Let's take a. Speaking of break, let's take a bio break.
Alright.
I'll see you guys back at 20 minutes past the hour.
Okay.
Okay.
That means we need to backtrack and get some more roses, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Backtrack where?
To that
Oh,
one
or
plant,
actually-
that plant area we wanted to go to, but then we didn't, and you just disintegrated the wall, and we kept going.
Actually, maybe we can only nullify the mirrors for which we have enough roses. And have to actually defeat them. And
Well, I mean, we need 11 roses. No, wait. 11? Well, I mean, we did kinda take out one of the mirrors, so. And I'm assuming one of the roses goes surplus. So, 2 for each. And then one is free.
how many did we have? 9?
Wasn't it 7? I don't know how much actually you did that.
We had at least 9.
Oh, we had 10.
Yeah.
So now we have 8.
So I think we need to figure out what would change the past in each scenario to get them to stop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just ruin. Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking change the past. I was at that point thinking, maybe just kill Sot and everything will change, the real Sot does. Human Sot.
I'm gonna buy all we have the chance. Be right back. I think we shouldn't waste any more spell slots in these things, though.
We can take short rest anyways.
It seems like that as soon as we interfere with whatever's going on, Soth will turn up. But we need to ignore him, screw up whatever's happening, and that way we might get out of the scene quicker.
Yeah. We might have to identify what would make the change in each scenario. Like this
Yeah,
one,
that's
killing the side piece. I don't think killing her will do anything but piss him off. Killing Galadra.
But we do get a chance to wait longer to see what's going on before.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, let it play out so that we know what action to take. Please.
And our newcomer, I think, is currently like nearly zeros at the moment.
No, we're all at full. He's probably at 0 spells or close.
Well, I mean, I only have burned one thing, then the hex, but otherwise, I'm still kind of full on spells. But they aren't very impactful for 1 versus 1. Well, 6 versus 1, but the idea is I have a lot of AoE.
Well, most of my spells are charm spells, so... But I can still fight.
Yeah, the idea is I really am bad qualified to fight against undead. Other than my Eldritch Blast, so...
I mean, the basic I can do is a Blade Ward on attack, or a Boom Blade on an attack. I got that from you, Daftus, by the way. Green Flame
What's that?
Blade. I got that from Daftus, Green Flame Blade.
You know what?
In the other Gale Blade, if you do Green Flame Blade and then attack. Or something
Sorry,
like that.
I'm having trouble hearing. Oh, Green Flame Blade?
Yeah, and you splash the damage.
Yeah, against a single target, it doesn't do any splash damage.
Alright, I'm back. So you guys find yourselves back alive in Negrigard Keep. Again, another one of the mirrors start to fall apart and smash before your very eyes. 2 more of these maidens, these ghostly apparitions, they scream and are banished away. And the whole image of Lord Soth becomes that much more opaque. Still not fully tangible. And so
Are the 2 roses that we gave him in there gone from our...
Yes, you now have 8 roses left.
Oh. Coincidentally, there's 4 mirrors.
So how long does this
Cut off.
little hut last for?
Tiny hut lasts for 8
8 hours.
8 hours.
I still think we should...
Did it persist through our...
It's still there.
I still think we should go find 1 extra rose, because I get the feeling that there were 13 roses, so we could give 1 off at the end of all this.
We should what?
I feel like there were 13 roses, so we could give 1 off at the end of all this.
So save 1.
Yeah. Or go find 1 extra one.
Alright,
Where are you
Make-
finding these roses too?
we found them here in the keep. Different place. Or no, in the place before the keep.
Am I
We
supposed
might
to
need-
see this thing here?
That's spookers. That's a familiar.
He's hiding in the corner for his time.
So as you have found that fighting Lord Soth directly is not a very efficient approach. He seems to want to change something of these scenes that are unfolding, or attempt to unfold until someone interrupts him with Eldritch Blast. But at the same time, this Lord Soth here in front of you, sitting on the throne, he seems to not be really conscious, and his soul seems to be trapped inside these mirrors as well, or he's been in there for a long period of time. He certainly does not appear like the same Lord Soth that you guys had encountered when you'd first come here. Almost like this sort of visage of him, or some memory of him that's inside the mirrors. But as you have experienced, his spirit can be reconciled with. As the tale goes, you're not sure what he truly wants, but from identifying the mirror, you have found that the purpose of them is so he can revisit his past and try and change some things that had happened to prevent him turning into what he is now.
That must have been Lady Soul.
We going for the next mirror then?
Yep, next.
Okay,
Going.
let me just move this hut.
Oh, our hut.
I feel naked without my hut.
It's got legs and it just walked away.
Spookers took it.
Again, you guys stare into the next mirror. And now you find yourselves back looking around at the scene of the wedding. The same chamber, but Lady Gladria is gone. The priest is gone. And instead you hear these angry yells. And there are 3 noble looking men. I will move on to a map as well. There are 3 noble looking men that are angrily pointing their finger at this Lord Soth as 13 knights surround him. They seem to have captured him. And if you look at the story, you should be able to match this event up with the Dark Knight's tale. This looks like where he was taken to be executed, and again you see this strange distorted visage of Lord Soth overhead. Do you, Lord Soth, confess to your sins? You have betrayed Lady Gladria. You have betrayed Palanthus. You need to answer for your crimes.
I am guilty.
Then, as law would say it, as law would have it, you are sentenced to death by your own blade. You will die by your own sword tomorrow. Take him away. And the scene starts to play out. What do you guys do?
Free him?
He already got freed because the knights let him go.
Suddenly, again, Lord Soth is back, standing behind you all as the shadowy image of him disappears from the roof. and his visage appears, or his avatar.
You cannot help me. When will you learn? Very well then. If you have nothing to say, then die.
And he just goes to attack.
Oh, shit.
Well, the idea is maybe kill the 3 counselors or what.
And what
I think
are the 3 things that aren't knights?
The 13 knights are the ones.
They
that
look like
freed them.
noblemen. Judge, jury, and executioner.
According to the story, the 13 knights are the ones that freed him. So maybe killing them so he can't be freed.
why don't we just kill that one instead?
Oh, actually, that's a good idea. Maybe actually not getting freed is the ticket here.
Kill Soth? Human Soth?
No, kill
Yeah.
the
No.
13 knights that free him.
Knights?
I reckon
Alright.
kill that one because he wants to be redeemed for his sin. Well,
That's
his redemption was Executioner's Blade.
yeah, but his own blade. And then the 13 knights freed him. So I think maybe kill the 13 knights.
We might as well just kill him.
Maybe let's just kill everything.
No, let's be a little more focused. I guess him, huh? What do you guys think? I gotta kind of act.
Am I allowed to
Kill
speak
him.
to you?
I'll bonus
I'll-
action.
I mean, combat's supposed to be 6 seconds.
I'll bonus action as you step to here and swing at the human Soth.
Okay. He looks like he's sort of in the arms of these knights, about to be dragged off, as he's just had his hearing for his execution, so it would seem.
Actually, no, I'm gonna hit one of the judgment.
Okay. And you just smack him over the face. He drops to the ground immediately. And Lord Soth sort of gets up. Human Soth gets up, and all of these knights of Solamnia, each one wearing plate mail adorned with kingfishers and roses, they all draw their blades.
Oh, shit. And I'll hit the next counselor.
They seem to be looking around for an assassin. And you hit the next one and he just drops.
Alright, my last 5 feet of move.
Alright. Soth is going to shadow step next to you, Daftus.
You think that is going to work?
They shall not judge you.
Azul.
It's a lot of cover to get through. But Azul can do it. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at the human. So,
That hits him. It streaks through these 13 knights and slams into his back. The knights sort of jump to cover him, and he just falls forward. He's already sort of down on his knees. But it doesn't kill him. Alright, Soth is going to... He's just going to attack you, Daftus. 31 hits.
Oh my god.
Slashes you for 32 points of damage. Jaggy.
Okay,
32.
so I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on Lord.
Sorry.
Vicious Mockery. Hang on, it's not working.
You're using it on Lord Soth, right?
Yes.
Alright, he makes a save with his magic resistance.
I'm gonna say, "You're not the Lord I remember you to be. Come back," and then I'm gonna chop this one's head off with my action.
Alright. He sort of looks at you. Fool! Do me a dance! And then you just you slice this this nobleman's head off, and immediately he just changes his demeanor. And he looks around. The hateful orange glow in his eye dissipates. No. No. No, 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 no. Why? Why am I still like this? Why did nothing change? This should have changed something. Something. Anything. Kill me. Kill me.
Do it.
It's not death you need, Soth.
And he runs at the human version of himself with his longsword held up in the air. Takes a massive horizontal slash, and the head of human Soth goes flying into the crowd of knights as they all just sort of watch the head tumble and land in the center of this massive pool of knights. And they're drawing their blades, looking around, blinded to this alternative reality. And Lord Soth drops to his knees, punches the flagstone tiles as hard as he can, cracking a large portion of them. No! No! Am I doomed like this? For an eternity? What must I do? What must I change?
You must redeem yourself, Soth.
How?
Focus on the future.
What is the answer? Tell me!
Can't
You still
change
have
the
a-
path. Go ahead.
You still have a kingdom to rule that is in ruin. Focus on the future, not the past.
I cannot. Dargard Keep was transformed. It's ever changing. There is no law. There is no order. There is nothing I can do. For all
You
of
can
the
restore
ages I
order
have
to your
tried.
realm. You can restore order to your realm in the present, Soth.
It is lost.
He holds out his gauntlet.
Would you spare 2 roses? One for myself, and one for my love?
Indeed.
He placed the 2 black roses in his hand. And there is this faint glimmer. For a split second, Lord Soth appears, as he did, in human form, as the petals of the black roses turn to a brilliant white color. closes his gauntleted hand. And you find yourselves again having awakened from the mirror. And again, you hear the sound of another mirror smashing, and 2 more banshees let out a horrible wail and are banished. The image of Lord Soth becomes ever more real. You could almost reach out and grab him.
Nick,
Yeah. Next.
This 4th mirror shows a narrow street filled with dark smoke. There is a scene of a fire here. You see menacing shapes rushing through the gloom. And you're back in the woodland scene. Everyone should be fully healed. Once again.
My head has grown back to me.
Yes, your head's grown back. Alright, you
Mine
find
too.
yourself in the same woodland scene. This time with the human version of Lord Soth and this elven woman waiting at the hut. There is no sign of Lady Gladria, and the hut that you had caught on fire seems undamaged now. They seem to, she seems to be sort of longingly looking out from the front door of the hut, and you guys just sort of appear in the middle here. Looking around, Lord Soth seems to be hurriedly heading in her direction, running, like he'd just escaped. And instead of 13 maidens, there are 13 knights escorting Lord Soth. What do you guys do?
Take out the woman.
Take
let
out
it
the
play out
knights.
for a bit.
The knights are
Let it play out.
coming.
Who was it
I've-
standing on the steps? Isolde or
What, now or before?
no? Who's standing on the steps?
You,
That's the
she looks elven, so you would presume that this is Lady Isolde.
right. So he's going to confront her then.
But we can just let it play out first scene of this. Get a better idea on what to do.
Well, if he starts beating her up, we've got problems.
Yeah, we kill him. I would say keep him from.
Let's kill Sot.
Alright, he looks furious. And you see him like yell out a command to the knights. That is all I will need. Stand down! And they just sort of stand there and they don't like pursue him any further than they obey his order wholeheartedly. And he is like rolling up his sleeves. Lady Isolde!
I cast Hold Person on him.
Okay. Immediately he just sort of freezes. it just completely paralyzes him. And, of course, the image of Lord Soth in the sky vanishes, and the Death Knight Lord Soth appears.
What do you hope to achieve? What do you hope to achieve here?
Better for you to die than to commit this.
You guys suddenly look up in the sky, and there is a massive fiery meteor headed straight for you all.
What the fuck?
It always ends the same. Always ends. Wait, where did the fireball go? Come back, fireball. Wait. What's going on here? There we go. It always ends the same.
And we're in initiative.
Shaggy's just going to say, I think this is the start of the Shadowfell.
Does that look like one of those Hellfire orbs or whatever it was?
Meteor swarm.
Well, I'm just gonna beat up on the humans.
His wife's already dead, by the way.
Yeah, but here he commits the... Isn't this where he goes into a rage and kills her?
Does he ever kill her?
I think that this is
I
the
thought the
reason
Elven
why...
Maiden lived.
I think this is the reason why Lord Soth has half his plate burned.
Has what?
You know, as always, as he describes Lord Soth's armor, it is, you know, half molten because... And here is a massive fireball. Fire meteor. I'm pretty sure that's what melted it. I mean, it's heading straight for him and...
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, so
Hold up.
I'm gonna beat up.
before your turn, Soth is starting to become more opaque, and he's really starting to use all of his power now. He's going to use a lair action.
Shit.
Alright,
Lower to go past.
so he causes all undead in his realm to become enraged, and they have advantage on melee weapon attacks.
Nice.
But melee weapon attacks have advantage on him is basically reckless. That's his lair action.
Is it undead here?
He's undead.
Alright, so... Yeah, I'll attack him to see if that...
Alright, you hit him for 30 points of damage. There is a crack from the rod slamming into this Lord Soth, who is still paralyzed from the hold person. He doesn't budge, but his armor is shredded. And you hit him again. 26 points of damage. You crack him over the head. It snaps his neck and he just collapses to the ground. And Lord Soth yells to you.
It doesn't work!
No. So much for
Plan B. Attack her, because I think she's the one casting the meteor swarm.
I'll yell out, save the sun.
Who's the sun?
Their son.
Alright, so I'm going to cast Blade Ward again.
Okay.
I'm not even going to bother taking it. And then I'm going to attack him.
Alrighty. 21 misses.
Okay, that's me done.
Alright, he's gonna attack you back, Jaggy.
You can cast an attack at the same time?
17.
You have
Yes,
two
I can.
actions?
Yes, I can. Hang on, I'll ping it again.
Alright, he's going to run to Daftus, provoking from you, Jaggy. And he is absolutely furious. The orange orbs in his eyes are glowing with a red hot fire. And he's going to attack you 3 times. Oh, no he's not. He's going to attack you once. He cuts off your head, Daftus. Oh! And he's just going around, swinging wildly. He comes in at you, Jaggy. And he hits you for 28 points of damage, and he swings again.
Can I shield?
No, it's a 30 on his attack roll.
I got my force.
He has advantage too, so it's a straight attack roll.
Okay.
You can shield the second one though.
Okay.
And he is absolutely going ballistic. So,
Lord Soft, if you will not save your newborn son, at least allow us to do it for you. And I will die here. And do I hear the sounds of a
alright,
baby?
you look inside this small hut, and lying there is a little baby in a crib, crying. I don't have a baby token. Well,
You have the creepy healing baby flying.
there's a
chair.
baby there
Uh,
in a cot.
So I've gone 40.
Wow.
Drop kick it out of the wall.
Drop kick the baby.
I don't
Well,
condone that at all.
Can't cast any spells right. So
Alright, it's just there in a crib. It's just a very simplistic hut. In fact, there are no furnishings whatsoever apart from just this crib, as if only the most important memories of Soths have survived through all this time. There's just the baby looks like a newborn just kicking there. And this
Face planting
Oh.
the floor.
this crib.
I will save you, baby. Just wait a sec.
Alright, Lord Soth is going to attack you again, Jaggy.
Okay.
And 29 is
Yeah.
going to hit for 21 points of damage.
Is that 10
21 points.
with Blade Ward?
Oh yes, Blade Ward is going to reduce that down to 16. You don't
16.
have... Yeah. Sorry, 17. 16, yep, because
Okay.
it doesn't work against necrotic damage.
And what was the first one then? What's the total?
Don't worry about it.
16. Okay.
Rose.
Okay, I'm going to activate my feline agility, so I'm going to start moving. And for my action, I'm going to dash.
Alright, you dash in. It's a simple little wooden hut on the stream here, and there are no furnishings whatsoever apart from this crib in the southwestern corner of the room of a little baby in it crying and kicking about.
Baby.
That's all my movement and my action, so that ends my turn.
Alrighty, Lord Soth.
Lobs his head off.
Good night, Jackie.
That is a lot of critical hit.
Is that a... Hang on, I've got foresight, says that's not critical. Is it?
He's enraged, so all of his
Oh, yeah,
melee
okay.
attacks have advantage with his lair
Alright, I have
action.
to try. Okay, I'm dead.
Alright, Azathoth.
Okay, so is the plan to kill the baby?
No.
No.
We're
Oh,
saving
save
the
it.
baby.
Okay, well, saving
Do
the
whatever
baby.
you
okay.
think's best, Azathoth.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, saving is one thing. I actually see it here. It's face planting, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna hex on her and do 4 attacks with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Hits, and hits. Those beams cut her down. And again, Lord Soth seems enraged.
Okay, so that didn't do shit even towards the meteor, so she's not a very good caster, I guess.
Alright,
Beats me.
Lord Soth
I'll
is
run
just
away with the
yelling.
kid.
He's furious. And he just yells at you.
It will not work! I've tried everything!
Retry.
And
I
anything
gotta
else?
save it.
Alright. Lord Soth is
If you
going
use
to
it.
shadow step into the hut.
What do you think you're doing?
Save the baby.
Han.
Save the child.
Whatever anger you have, surely you recognize it's still your child.
Nobody's picked the child up yet, have they?
No.
Nobody's had the chance to.
I'll pick the child up.
Okay. You pick the baby up. And
Is that an action?
no interactive object. It clearly says that in the player's handbook. As an interactive object, you
Child.
can pick a baby up. It's like one of the descriptions. One of the examples that they have.
That sounds like a grapple move on the baby.
Make an athletics check.
For the baby.
You want me to
Run
make
off
an
the map.
amendment?
Oh, he's joking. The baby does not resist. Alright, Lord Soth is going to swing at you though, when you move away.
No!
What is it with your dice?
Oh, baby didn't move at all.
So, Han just like gets his head cut off and falls to his knees, still holding the baby, and just lands on the ground. The baby falls and starts crying. Lord Soth is absolutely going mental.
This is the 5th headshot.
Well, to be fair, he's making 5 attacks a round, plus another
Yeah, that's
3
true.
attacks. That's 8 attacks. That's a 40% chance of him cutting someone's
Yeah.
head off every round.
Rose, take the hits for me.
Alright, anything else on your turn, Han?
I'll
At
gurgle
least
again.
his old misty step.
Alright, you gurgle out of your neck hole. Alright, at the start of this round, you look over to the north, And there is this holy man, King Priest of Istar. He is there with a staff and book in his hand, and he's reciting an incantation. Helga Vargas, Panthus, Malanthus! And he throws his staff forward, and all of the... Oh, that was an underwhelming fireball sound effect.
Whoosh.
All of the area is consumed with a meteor swarm that just completely desolates everything. 4 massive 40-foot radius fireballs slam down into the hut, into the ground, into the horses, and into the knights. Everybody make a dex save.
Hope that's an agile baby.
It's a shifty child.
Okay.
Am I still blessed? No, right?
Well, Harn could cast his, null magic, blah blah blah. Oh wait, that wouldn't do shit.
Yeah, you're not blessed anymore.
Harn's dead.
Alright, all these meteor swarms just slam down from the sky above, just absolutely decimating the entire battlefield. Azul, you're dead.
I am dead.
Rose, you take 76 points of bludgeoning and fire damage. Azathoth, you also take 76 points of bludgeoning and fire damage. And Daftus, you're already beheaded. Alright. All of the fire just wipes out most of the landscape. And the whole entire area is razed now, smoldering. The only ones that remain is Lord Soth, Azul, Rose, and Azathoth. But
Azul dead.
no, not Azul. But the entire hut is erupted in flames, and as the smoke clears and the fire clears, you just see Lord Soth there standing amongst a pile of burning rubble, and Rose as well. The poor baby is nowhere to be found.
No.
Well, at least I'm just like there. Oh, I got hit by a meteor. Another thing of the past, I guess.
Alright, Lord Soth, he yells, "No! No!" And all of the 13 knights have been sundered. All of the horses dead. Lord Soth in human form, dead. Lady Isolde, dead, among others. Suddenly, Lord Soth bursts out in a rage. Ah! Ah! And standing there, amongst all the fire, death, and destruction, there is a visitor. A red dragon devil creature. A red Abishai emerges from the fiery house where the baby was. And not only that, Lord Soth's burnt armor matches now the burnt armor that you'd seen on the Death Knight, as he also rises as if everything is shifting around you. The scene is transforming.
No! No! No!
And Lord Soth runs out after the Death Knight, as the Death Knight holds out his hand, and this Hellfire Orb explodes over the King Priest, destroying him instantly. Lord Soth runs and fights himself with a volley of swordplay. They're evenly matched, and they tirelessly fight and fight and fight. Meanwhile, the strange red Abishai that seemed to have been born from the baby's death stands there overlooking this scene with a crooked smile. And eventually, the Death Knight, the newly born Death Knight, gets the better of Lord Soth. As Rose and Azathoth, what are you guys doing as this is taking place?
I wanted to go over to the Abishai.
Okay.
Well, I guess I help Mr. Old Sot to kill the new Sot. Yeah. Just shooting elegy blasts, I guess.
Alright, you try to help him, and it does give him a little bit of an edge, but Lord Soth is fighting so furiously, he's letting his guard down all too often. And you can tell that his anger is getting the better of him. And
Can I send... Sorry.
Yeah. As you try
Can
to...
I send... Oh, sorry.
As you try to interfere, Azathoth, Lord Soth sort of... He attacks you instead.
And lobs my head off.
Oh well. Yes. It's a fight you're not going to win by yourself. Rose, what are you going to do?
Can I get like a gleam of what this Abishai is doing? Because it seems like it's just watching all this happen.
That's exactly what it's doing. It is just looking around with this crooked smile, examining the death and destruction, seeming somewhat pleased about it all.
I want to kill it.
You want to fight it?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, I can roll initiative if you want. Your chances of winning are basically 0.
Oh, well, in that case...
It would probably be an extra half an hour of rolling dice. It's not necessary.
No.
You try to fight Kitiara, and you basically just feel the blade of this Abishai, and you are cut down quite quickly.
That's who that is. Oh.
Wait, what exactly was Kitiara?
Tiamat.
Oh.
In it after that happens, Rose, it digs around in the rubble, and it picks up the baby who is unfortunately passed on, and starts to walk off with the baby. Meanwhile, everything is falling apart. Lord Soth has been defeated by his newborn self, and he lays there on his knees. And just as the Death Knight is about to slice Lord Soth and finish him off, he looks over to you, Azathoth.
What have I done? What have I caused? All of this? It is my doing. Would you spare me 2 roses? One for me, and one for my love.
Well, of course.
Right, the same thing happens. The black roses turn white, and for a split second, you see the human version of Lord Soft somewhere deep inside there. But it fades away, and with that, he is beheaded. And you start to feel yourself being sucked out of the mirror as a toff. The last glimpse that you get is the Death Knight and the Abishai walking off together with the dead baby.
What the fuck?
Some creepy shit.
Well, that's the idea. Creepy even for me, man.
You wake up, this time unnerved, as if waking up for some horrible nightmare.
That was more than horrible nightmare.
Again, another mirror smashes. And 2 more
Next mirror.
ghostly visages wail as they are banished, and the image of Lord Soth becomes ever more tangible. Only five
Wow.
banshees remain, whispering sweet nothings into Lord Soth's ears, filling him full of lies and hatred and anger and hope. False hope. He seems to be very disturbed, as if he's having some horrible, horrible nightmare that he cannot wake up from. He's twitching and moving and shaking his head. His lips are moving impossibly fast.
Well, at least
Next.
Wait,
At
how many
least
roses
we
do you
know
have
some-
left?
4.
Okay.
Yep.
That should be.
That's
But
not
before-
enough.
Before doing the last mirror, I think we go for at least 1 more rose.
But wait, where exactly do you know the roses are?
Well, there was that whole section we didn't bother to go through before the ice wall here.
How many roses do you have left?
4.
Alright, next mirror.
Next mirror.
Okay, we're going into the next mirror. Let's do this. Let me just grab everyone's tokens. Everyone should be full back on health. Everyone's heads are back.
We've been
I-
re-headed.
I think after Lord Sots, we should get, a big boon of strong neck.
Like a choker?
Magic choker.
Alright, this
You become
time
addicted.
you're in a very, very different place. You find yourself
Okay.
in this
Oh.
strange chamber with red flagstones. There are 8 alcoves flanking you, 4 to the west and 4 to the east. In each alcove, which is 10 foot wide, raised 4 feet above the ground level on which you stand, are 8 pit fiends sitting on these stone thrones. Brimstone thrones. In the corners of the room to the southwest and southeast are hundreds and hundreds of humanoid skulls piled up. And you see the Death Knight and the Abishai, hand in hand, holding the baby, standing before a throne. A massive black basalt throne. As you try to focus on who or what is sitting in the throne, you see nothing but black shadows and fire, with a little imp sitting, resting on the armrest. To the south is some sort of strange portal. It is made from these black gnarled rocks, forming an archway, with this strange red light glowing in the portal. The Death Knight and the Abishai seem to be offering up this baby like a sacrifice. What do you guys do?
Is the baby? Can it move? Is it mobile?
I didn't want to describe it, but there was the fiery explosion.
So it's dead baby.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to grab the baby and Misty step away.
No, that's what I was gonna try to do.
Well, I mean, isn't it better to just disintegrate that shit?
Alright, make
I think we should
a...
give the baby back to full burial, rather than creating it.
Try to resurrect the baby.
That's not a bad idea.
Just try to GTFO with it.
Yeah.
GTFO where? Like
There's a portal to the rear. Grab the
Yeah.
baby
Yeah,
and
but-
run.
But won't that exit the mirror, like going off the? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
Always
but the
works.
baby will be here.
True.
We want to stop the baby being a sacrificial to the flame god on the chair.
Yeah, I'll try to grab the baby and Misty step backwards.
Alright. As you go up to grab the baby, you notice there's like something wrong here. Lord Soth and Kitiara, they seem to be like pleading with this fiery figure sitting in the throne, as if the sacrifice is not good enough. And you hear Lord Soft just yell out, "Caradoc!" screaming at the top of his lungs. And you grab the baby, Daftus, and it just vanishes into black smoke in your very hands.
Well then.
Uh-oh.
And
Look who's back.
you guys just see like Lord Soth appear behind you all. And then suddenly, through the portal, steps this little white-skinned dwarven man. He looks strikingly like Azrael. White mutton chops, pale white albino skin, stocky as a dwarf, but barely 4 foot tall. And he holds
Is that a
this.
seneschal token?
Yes,
Well, when you say looks like him, how much? I mean, strikingly?
yes, like the splitting image, like a twin or the same person. And he holds this medallion in his hand and smiles as if some master plan of Caradox had just unfolded, and he is observing to see the results of it.
I think attack the door.
Am I allowed to cast a spell now?
Let's roll
Is it
initiative.
kill dwarf?
I think so. What do you guys think?
Protect Azul.
Get the medallion.
It's no use.
Lord Zoth goes first.
Oh gosh.
You don't
I'll put someone
understand
dead.
what we are dealing with here. You cannot defeat it. I cannot defeat it. It is too powerful. There is no hope.
Alright, the pit fiends start to lean forward, smiling, with their wings wrapped around them like a fine cloak. They look on, eager to see what is going to happen next. Caradoc holds up the emblem,
Don't attack pit fiends.
and suddenly he rises up, and his body starts to transform. Horns thrust through his head. Massive wings sprout out of his back as he falls onto the ground. His flesh turns red. His arms extend. His legs extend. And right before your very eyes, Caradoc is transformed into a pit fiend himself. And I'm going to add him to the turn order. He laughs maniacally. But he doesn't act. Alright, this little imp just sits there on the armrest of this throne menacingly. Han.
Kill.
Well, the idea is not to get Kitiara's spirit trap.
Might be able to snatch the medallion without him knowing you're there.
Can I see the medallion on?
Yeah, it just falls to the floor in front of him.
I'll keep moving, as in I'll dash, but I'll pick up the medallion.
Okay.
Run away! Yeah! Go, Harn!
Alright, you run into the portal, Han, and suddenly you find yourself teleported. You're now standing atop a high spire, a precipice, overlooking a large city. A funnel of lava flows through the center of the city. The city has a round sort of shape to it. It resembles an egg that's been cracked in half, the lava running through the center of it. All around you are swirling tendrils of lashing purple necrotic energy, as you seem to be able to see the entire landscape as if you're elevated ever so high. You have a bird's eye view of the surrounding realm. There are black portals of darkness splodged here and there, each one thousands of feet wide. The land is raised, cracked. All of the grass is dead. The land has been sundered. You look up to the sky. There is nothing but darkness. And all around you, you see a city full of residents by the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, each one undead, zombified, standing there helplessly. Black ravens blot out the sky, and you recognize the city that you're overlooking, or what it once was. It's the city of Neverwinter, of the Sword Coast, but something horrible has happened to it. And in fact, you see all of the major cities. Where Waterdeep was, there is nothing but this dark castle floating in the air. All of the smaller hamlets in the surrounding area plunged into darkness. Where Luskan was, there is now just a black ocean washing over the coast. The sea is black. You see a horrible, horrible world. One that you could not truly hope to endure. And you're standing there all alone on some impossibly high precipice, no bigger than 20 feet, just a spire, never ending. All alone, all by yourself. And you look down to the token in your hand. It's nothing except a rusty iron disc.
Okay. Well, it was either the wrong token because you faked it. Because I take it there's nothing behind me.
You're looking around you. You're just on this like cracked, dry, greyish precipice, about 20 foot in diameter. Just a pillar, round in shape. You look over the edge and it's infinite. It seems to drop as far as you can see, with no end. You're all alone, lost, hopeless, facing a world that is being plunged into darkness. What do you do now?
Well, it's the end of my round. I've had all my actions.
Alright, EOT. The Pit Fiends seem ever so pleased. They lean forward and smile. They seem overjoyed, as if they're watching their favorite show. Azathoth.
I'm so fucking confused on what should I do.
Kill the imp.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the ideas I have. Because that's the only thing that stands out here. Okay, fuck it.
I know what I'm supposed to do.
Full round of attacks on the.
Not those. The one by the portal.
Wait, what? You mean the Pit Fiend?
Yeah.
Ah, screw it, okay.
Oh, I thought you were going after the ones to the east to bring them in.
I thought I should attack the one here in the north.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's the weakest thing, right?
Well, I mean,
Don't forget as well that imp is a demon lord or something that got transformed.
well, I mean, what better ideas do we have? I mean, the Pit Fiends ain't really that magical. So I'm assuming the one. No, okay, I only got 6 seconds. Ah, fuck it, I shoot at the north imp.
Alright. You fire at it with your Eldritch Blast, and your cantrip has no effect on it whatsoever. It is completely immune.
I just laugh and just sit down for now.
Was that on this one?
On the little imp.
The imp.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that.
Daftus.
Do I know are imps normally immune to poison?
No. It doesn't take a great scholar to know that imps are the lowest form of devil.
Yeah.
And there's like almost 0 enemies who are immune to force.
So don't forget this is
It
the
seems
transform.
to have some sort of limited magic immunity.
Yeah. So I don't know, the former seneschal? Somebody's got a better idea. Pit fiends suck, I think, but
So say kill the imp.
yeah.
Who's holding the baby?
The baby's gone. The baby left ages ago.
The dead baby.
Yeah.
It's gone. So, okay.
When Daftus grabbed it, it just sort of transformed into like this shadow and disappeared.
Okay.
Alright, I'll swing at the imp.
Okay. $18 misses. $25 misses.
That's a strong imp.
That is the strongest, weakest creature I've ever seen.
Alright, bonus action Misty Step back to here.
Well, I mean,
Jaggy.
this is kind of
It's either the Pit Fiend or on Harn. Or through the portal to help him. Except it did say alone, alone, alone 3 times.
But we don't know that. To our knowledge, Han's just out of the mirror.
I'll show you guys what Hans saw. So this is the city. Neverwinter. And this is the realm that he's seeing. If it decides
So,
to lose.
I'm a bit confused. So he went through the portal?
Yeah.
The whole entire north has been transformed into some sort of horrible shadowy plane. But I'm sure it's not real. Alright, Jackie.
Okay, so I can't remember this man's name here, but I'm going to cast Enemies Abound on him.
What level is that? 3?
Yes.
Has no effect.
In that case, then
Your magic, you cast it and your magic just seems to dissolve around it.
I'm going to attack this one with a melee attack.
Okay. Alright, running forward with a 20. That hits the Pit Fiend.
28.
28, that's a crit. 33 points of slashing damage. You put a pretty vicious wound on it and it roars out in pain.
And I got five movement left, so I'll do that.
The other Pit Fiends look on in delight. That was all.
Do the Pit Fiends... Oh, are the Pit Fiends aware of us?
They seem to be. All of
That is
the
different.
the 8 Pit Fiends that surround you, yes.
9.
Including this one, yes, 9.
Move here. And... hope that using a more powerful spell will kill the imp. Where is it? That's at level 5 using my star.
That's a direct hit. It slams into the imp, who doesn't respond in any way. It's immune. Your 5th level spell has no effect on it.
Somebody go land a critical hit on that boy. I don't think I've got anything else I can do.
Oh, I just realized I can do something.
What was that laugh, Azatoth?
That's the uninspired, inspired idea.
Rose.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
Kill the...
I guess I'm going for the imp that I see my comrades attack, but do no damage to.
Apparently I
Just-
can't
just-
spell Kitiara right as well.
I mean, it's a very hard word.
Alright, Rose, what do you got?
Alright, so I'm gonna activate my feline agility again and attacking the imp. I say with a question mark.
Alright, you go for the imp. An 18 misses.
Ooh.
32 crits.
Close enough.
20 points of damage. You don't even notice an injury on the imp at all. But you definitely hit it.
You need to use soft sword.
29 hits. Again, 14 points of slashing damage. You definitely hit the imp, but not doing a whole lot. This imp is incredibly resilient. You slash it again for another 14 damage. 27 hits it, and again. You're not really doing much, Rose, with your attacks. It seems to be something else. It's definitely not an imp.
I'm gonna move back 2 squares.
You're getting opportunity attacked.
Yeah,
You're
I
dead.
know.
You're dead.
I'm more curious than anything. And curiosity might kill my
Oh,
cat.
you're 100%. Oh,
Actually,
You're hit for
right?
57 bludgeoning damage and 45 necrotic.
Oh.
You just attack the Lord of the Nine Hells, Asmodeus.
Oh, did I?
Well, I told you that
Why
it was a
is he an
demon
imp?
lord.
Why
I
is he
told-
an imp?
We learned before that it was turned into an imp for like.
Oh. So how much damage is that I just take?
you took
102 points of
2.
damage.
Huh.
If nothing else, you got that ruby rod shoved up your ass.
Yeah, you just see this horrible image flash before your eyes, Rose. Something just ever so slightly moves forward out of the fire. And you see a quick flash of this 12-foot tall, red-skinned devil. And then it just sort of moves back into the fire.
Cool. Okay. Do I regain 5 hit points now, or is that only at the beginning of my turn?
It's at the start of your turn.
Okay. So that's next turn, Harn. Next turn, I will get that nice 5 hit points.
Yeah, it's gonna help you in, in 20 turns. You can possibly take one more of this hit.
So, yeah, that's my turn. Cool. That's great. I was curious, and God.
These pit fiends start chuckling. They seem awfully delighted. Alright, something happens to Kitiara now. You see this like deathly fiendish hand come forward. The hand of Asmodeus comes forward out of the fire and points at Kitiara. Not Wolverine. Suddenly, she begins to sort of grab her neck and choke and twist and contort, and suddenly more heads start bursting out of her neck. A green Abishai's head, a blue Abishai's head, a white Abishai's head, and a black Abishai's head. She starts to roar as she is being transformed into some cruel 5-headed dragon. And then he just sort of throws the finger forward, and the 5-headed dragon is sort of transforming and thrust forward into the portal.
So much for Tiamat.
As if she's being thrown away and locked away. You don't fully see her transform, but she is gone.
Oh wait. Oh well, it's too late now. I could have blocked that attack, but I didn't. It's fine.
Alright. And Lord Soth. He runs at Asmodeus and tries to attack. Coming in with his longsword, two-handed. He makes a series of attacks and he's just slicing into the fire. you see him just get hit with this incredible force of energy that just knocks him back. 96 points of damage. Alright. The situation is not looking good. But Lord Zoth, he doesn't seem to be trying to stop anything. He doesn't seem to be trying to slay himself or slay Kitiara or even revive the baby or fight this Asmodeus or any of the pit fiends. Instead, he stands there hopelessly.
There is no escape for me. There is no redemption. I know what must be done.
He takes his long sword, holds it in front of himself, blade pointed towards his helm.
No!
Please. Spare me 2 roses.
He's gonna commit Sudoku.
1 for my love. And 1 for my son.
He shoves his own sword into the slit of his bucket helm. His arms let go, lifeless, as he drops to his knees. The sword still sticking out through his helm. He falls forward. His arm is extended as he falls. Hand open.
Someone put some roses in it then.
Yeah, try. Put
You guys know what
roses
to
in
do.
it.
You put 2 roses into his hand. They turn white. You can hear this tiny voice coming from the bucket helm.
There is no defeating this evil. You cannot. It is too strong. Too powerful. There is no way out. We are all trapped here. For an eternity. You must suffer. For my crimes. For my sins. We are all damned to an eternity of endless anguish and torture.
Well, that was fun. Okay.
I mean, you know what would be even more sad? Like, we actually went through all of that and realized we have no more roses.
Well, Suffer's dead.
No.
A 5th mirror smashes.
Oh. Like,
2 more banshees are banished, and there are only 3 left now. Whispering mixed emotions into Soth's ears. He is ever so real now. So tangible. Yet, he stirs. He looks quite uncomfortable as the banshees hasten the sound of their whispers. There is one mirror left.
We can find more roses, give the last 2 to that mirror, or try to kill Soph in that one.
I don't think we're gonna kill Saul.
I think we need to do the mirror, don't we?
Yeah, no, sorry, I thought there was 2 mirrors left. Thought
One mirror left that's intact. And
More roses.
I think we'll be visiting that next week. How much XP do you guys have to level 19?
How much are you willing to give us?
It's
Yeah, yeah,
27.
we are missing 100,000.
no,
No way.
17,250.
Everyone level up to level 19.
If you're gonna do that, I want to just say that from the beginning.
Salt is the loneliest ninja.
But we don't get a long rest, I assume.
No.
No long rest. Unless you guys want to rest here.
No, it's not healthy for us, I don't think, is it?
We can cast
Hold on
Magnificent
something.
Mansion. Well, I've still got the spell slot for a Magnificent Mansion.
Well, I mean, we have the Rod of Security, so that's always the thing.
Alrighty guys, thank you all very much, and I hope you're all ready for this last mirror next week.
Yay.
Thanks, Seb.
See you guys then. Thank you all very much.
Oh, Seb, before you go,
Yeah.
I'm always confused about my hit points. I never know
6
how
plus
many
your
I have.
Constitution mod, so 20,
okay.
11 for you. 11 max hit
And
points and
plus
11
2
current.
because
current.
and plus 2 because tough, so 13.
Okay, yep, 13.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Alright, everyone level up to level 19, and you'll gain any spell slots and abilities that you get from that level. You can gain hit points equal to your current hit points. Sorry, you can gain current hit points equal to the hit points you gained on a level as well. And I will see you all next week. Take care, guys.
Oh, can we take our ASI?
Yep, you can take your anything you get. The only thing that you couldn't do is prepare new spells, but you gain the slots though anyway, so you can still cast any spells you had prepared.
Cool.
Alright, I'll see you then. Take care, guys.
Take
See ya.
care, everyone. Good game. This was
cheers.
fun.
Thank you. It's really difficult
You're
coming at level
welcome.
18.
Yeah, but you did well.
Luckily, you
I
you
tried.
couldn't really die in any of the fights today. Otherwise, I mean,
Well, you
just
tried.
decapitations all around. Don't worry, it'll get very real. I'll see you guys then.